Danful offers unparalleled, curated, and bespoke tours across Africa for travelers seeking genuine cultural experiences, enriched with magnificent sights, sounds, and flavors found on the continent. Each trip is reliably curated to ensure visitors are gifted with an immersive and authentic adventure. Whether you find yourself strolling along the charming white sand beaches of Sierra Leone, feasting on the mouth-watering delicious foods in Senegal, observing or partaking in various aspects of the Isheshe traditional system Ifa native to Yoruba land, Nigeria, with Danful, you will rediscover a fulfilling sense of kinship to the true heart of the motherland, her communities. Our core values focus on integrity, quality, safety, and sustainability. We are uniquely committed to assisting with the advancement of African infrastructure and promoting African businesses, so both travelers and the communities they visit receive beneficial exchanges. At Danful, we understand the importance of connectivity, and we have created a model which provides bespoke experiences based on your passions or hobbies. With us, expect a long-lasting spiritual bond between you and your destinations. Live, love, Danful, Africa. To learn more, visit danful.africa.
History isn't just what happened, it's who we are. And now you can explore Africa's incredible past like never before. Introducing the new and engaging course catalog from aelearning.net, a world-class provider of interactive e-learning focused on Africa's rich and diverse history. From the rise of ancient Nubia and the power of the Mali Empire, to the architectural wonders of Egypt and the development of astrological knowledge by the Dogon people, each self-paced course brings history to life through stunning visuals, immersive video lessons, and interactive assessments. Designed for students, educators, and lifelong learners around the world, AE Learning's courses make discovering Africa's story easier, deeper, and more engaging than ever. With AE Learning, education meets flexibility. Whether you're a student, teacher, or lifelong learner, our platform gives you access to credible knowledge, rich multimedia lessons, and tools that make learning African history engaging and unforgettable. Join thousands of learners already rediscovering Africa's past and shaping its future. Visit www.aelearning.net today. Start your journey through Africa's past today, because the story of Africa is the story of us all. AE Learning, inspiration through high-quality education.
Peace, fam. We are live again. Dynasty Mirror Search for Huru. Happy Easter Day. Happy Easter Day. If that's what you're celebrating, I hope all is well. Hold on, let me make sure audio is good. Okay, we're good to go. Make sure you hit that like button again. Please hit that like button. Also, make sure you share. Let me scoot this way. Make sure you share and make sure you subscribe. I will greatly appreciate it. Let's see here. Yana, are you back? What was you mad about? Okay, y'all. Ayana's back, y'all. Ayana is back. Guys, hit the like button again. Please hit that like button. Also, make sure you share and make sure you subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's see what we got going on. We're good. We leave for Senegal here in a little bit over a month. A little bit over a month. We are leaving for Senegal. And if you are, guys, give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Hit the like button again. Please hit that like button. A couple of announcements. We're rolling to Senegal. Senegal is May 9th through the 18th. If you're interested in joining us, please visit Africa. Again, please visit. Whoa, Ayana. I don't know you, Ayana. I don't know you. Like, I don't know you, Ayana. Like, hold on. Hold on, Ayana. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know you. You just come on here and watch the show. Thank you for being a guest. Well, thank you for being a supporter and watching the show. But I don't know you like that, Ayana. I just want to put that out there, y'all. I don't know you like that. But please visit Africa. Again, please visit Africa to learn more. So we're going to Senegal in May, Nigeria in August, Zanzibar in September, and then we are also rolling to Ivory Coast, Ghana, and Sierra Leone in November. And real quick, guys, I sent out a letter, an email today. Sent out. I'm trying to look for the actual email I sent out in regards to traveling to Africa. Okay, with the war going on, or this skirmish war. I don't know if you want to call it, what do you want to call it? Special operation. Okay. Africa, what's going on in Iran, right, is not related to travel to Africa outside of maybe the increase in some cases, increase in flight tickets, price of flying. Again, what's going on in Iran is not related to anything going on in Africa outside maybe the increase in cost for flights. That's it. That's all. All right. We are in one big world. Okay. And how people are saying that, hey, I don't want to travel to Africa because of what's going on in Iran. I mean, y'all, we got to stop this. All right. We got to stop this. All right. We got to stop this. It's not related. The only impact is maybe the increase in the price of flights going up. That's it. But this is what I sent out today. I just had it up. Here we go. Just to share some clarity from our side, what's currently happening with the Iran conflict does not have a direct impact on travel across Africa. The situation is largely contained within the Middle East. Again, the situation that's between the Middle East, that's largely contained within the Middle East. And the experiences, routes, and on-the-ground movement throughout Africa remain unchanged. From a DAFO perspective, travel across the continent continues to be as immersive, accessible, and culturally rich as ever. The only indirect shift we're seeing is tied to rising global fuel costs, which may influence flight pricing or routing slightly. Outside of that, there's no meaningful disruption to the experience itself. Africa remains open, dynamic, and ready to be experienced. As lived. So yeah, that's what's going on. So I sent that out. But guys, visit donfo.africa again. Please visit donfo.africa to learn more. And this is the site right here. And guys, my birthday's coming up. Again, my birthday is coming up. I want plants. If you guys decide you want to give me something, I want plants. I like plants. I like snake plants and I like ZZ plants. That's what I need. I need plant. I would like plants. That's my request. Plants. I'll be 44. But I'm my birthday requests are plants. ZZ plants, snake plants, plants that are durable. So when I travel, they can be on their own and survive. So yeah. So that's the birthday wish. Okay. Plants. All right, we'll love some plants. What's your take on O'Shea Du Jackson leaving Uganda? Hey, he wanted to relocate to Kenya. Me personally, I would have chose Kenya over Uganda in the first place. Hell, I would have chose Tanzania over Uganda. But yeah, he's in Kenya now. Kenya is nice. If I had to choose an East African country, it'll be a tough one. I would choose Kenya because I'm not really a big fan of. I mean, I like Tanzania, but I'm more of a fan of Zanzibar. I love Zanzibar, but I'm not really a big fan of um, Dar es Salaam. Arusha is cool if you are gonna climb Kilimanjaro or go to Moshi, climb Kilimanjaro, or go on a safari in Serengeti. But outside of that is Zanzibar. So I would choose Nairobi. If I were to do East Africa, it would definitely be Kenya. So I would have done that in the first place. Just me personally. But O'Shea wanted to go to Uganda, which is cool. So you got his experience, and now he's relocating or relocated to Kenya. So, so this is the site right here. Larry, it's funny you brought that up, Larry. So Larry brought up the Zanzibar Revolution. Larry, they refuse to talk about it when you go to Zanzibar. They will not talk about it at all. Larry, they will not talk about the Zanzibar Revolution at all when you go to Zanzibar. If you bring it up, it's they quickly change the subject. It is not mentioned, nowhere to be found. They have completely scrubbed the Zanzibar Revolution from history in Tanzania in general, especially Zanzibar. And when you bring it up, I mean, they change the subject. They change the topic quick. Larry, I have brought it up several times. You get completely ignored, change the topic. But they'll talk about Tipu Tip and slavery. But when it comes to that Zanzibarian revolution, they won't talk about it at all. It is not mentioned. You won't find anything on it in Zanzibar at all. Guys, give me 1 second. Come back. Yeah, you won't find anything on it. Somewhere about it, Molly. Okay, maybe I was wrong in regards to the prisoner release or swap, I guess, in exchange for fuel. If I was wrong, I'll be the first one to say I was wrong. Let's see. Mali army denies releasing jihadists to end fuel convoy. All right, I redacted. But that's going to somewhat tie into today's topic. Just the Sahel in general and this idea, guys, I'm sorry. I know a lot of y'all love Russia and communism and how Russia has always been an ally. Russia is a lazy ally. All right. Russia has been a completely lazy ally. All right. And they are doing a terrible job in the Sahel in regards to partnering with these countries to remove these jihadists. Terrible job. And at least Ghana is being honest and saying, like, hey, we don't have the resources to take on these jihadis. So we need help. At least they're being honest. Because these jihadis are at the border. Jihadis, whatever you want to call them, they're at the border, right there in Burkina Faso. You guys saw what happened with the tomato farmers in Mali, and this is the reality. Because I know when we get to talk to discussing the AES, I know when we get to discussing the AES, a lot of people get sensitive and their feelings get hurt. But there is a jihadist issue in the AES that needs to be is being addressed, but it's a problem. Who's arming them? Well, you need to thank Obama. You need to thank Obama. After Obama took out Gaddafi, that whole area was destabilized. And then there were the French who were there. In fact, the first time I went to Mali was in 2013, I believe. Yeah, 2013 was the first time I went to Mali. And there were French commandos on the ground. Like you would see them. I was headed to Bandiagra. I was headed to Mopti in Salvare. And French boots were on the ground. And I understand them kicking the French out, but these Russians ain't doing shit. Excuse my language. Excuse my language, y'all. These Russians ain't doing shit. That's not the case for Mali, Babaliko. It's not. And it's definitely not the case for Niger. So it's a problem. Ghana realized that. Ghana said, you know what? We need help. They brought in the EU, which I disagree with, but it is what it is. Like, I disagree with it, but I understand. Because the African Union ain't going to do nothing. ECOWAS ain't going to do nothing. But Russia ain't doing a job. In fact, I want to pull up this article about Russia. Then we'll get into Russia's involvement in protecting, in quotation marks, the or the deals they have with these EU countries. I'm sorry, these AES countries. Russia, Africa's corpse PMC hands-off approach in Mali proves costly. Absolutely. I talked to my contact in Mali. So I have contacts in Mopti and Salvador and Bandiagra, and they were like this is the reality of what's going on up there in the northern part of Mali. Mercenary groups, more conservative strategy puts more counterterrorism burden on Malian armed forces. The shift from Wagner Group mercenaries to Africa Corps. So if you guys know, Wagner Group are like the they're not technically Russian military, but they're Russian military mercenaries. So Wagner Group was fighting in the Ukraine, and then they were, of course, running operations in Africa. But the guys, remember the president, or I don't know, the owner or president of Wagner Group, the leader, the head chief, he got pissed off at Putin. He got pissed off at Putin and decided that he was going to put boots on the ground and invade and march to Moscow. If you guys don't remember that, this was like during the beginning of the Ukrainian war. So I guess they weren't getting the support they wanted from the Russian government. So you say, you know what? We about to invade Moscow. Look this up. This really happened. So phone calls were made, and he turned the tanks around, and they stopped the invasion or mutiny. I guess that would be coup, attempted coup. There we go. In Moscow. So it's back to business as usual. We thinking everything's all good. All of a sudden, he dies in a mysterious plane crash. And ever since then, the Wagner Group has been pretty much defunct, or everything's went downhill. So they're no longer called the Wagner Group. They're called Africa Corps Fighters. 9 months after Russia replaced and rebranded its mercenaries in Mali as Africa Corps, the mercenaries' involvement in counterterrorism there has dropped off dramatically, leaving Malian soldiers to carry more of the burden. According to the Armed Conflict Location and Event Data Project, ACLED, battles involving Russian fighters in Mali dropped from 537 to 402 between 2024 and 2025, and a reduction of more than 33%. ACLED reported just 24 incidents per month since the beginning of 2026. Russia's shrinking battlefield footprint coincided with the deployment of Africa Corps and its more hands-off approach compared to Wagner's frequent use of brutal tactics against extremist groups and their suspected supporters. Between January 2024 and Wagner's exit in June 2025, Wagner and Malian soldiers caused more than 1,440. Guys, I don't know the truth behind this. So we'll say allegedly 1,440 civilian casualties. That was 4 times the number of deaths and injuries tied to the terrorist group Jama'at Nusrat al-Islam wal Muslim during the same period. And this same terrorist factions in Burkina Faso. But again, I don't know the truth to that. I just know that these Russian mercenaries in the AES ain't doing nothing, just collecting a check, except for in Niger now. But it took for these terrorists to actually get to the airport, bum rush the airport, before the Russian mercenaries deleted them. And that was in Niger of about a month or so ago. As a private military contractor, Wagner largely had free reign to carry out missions as it saw fit. In Mali, as in other African countries, Wagner was invited into Mali to train local security forces, but his mercenaries often took part in ground operations such as the attack on Moor that left more than 300 civilians dead. Despite the change in strategy, Africa Corps fighters continued to conduct summary executions and other brutality just on a smaller scale, according to witness reports. The Malian junta that overthrew the country's elected leader and expelled France's long-running Operation Barkhane in the United States and the United Nations peacekeepers justified their actions by blaming the civilian government and the inability to stop violence by JNIM and Islamic State, Sahel province terror groups, and Tuareg separatists. Well, they're not really stopping it now. Well, the violence might not be as much, but the jihadists in the insurgency, they control so much. And I know for a fact up north, so you have the Dogon, you have the Bozo people. And so the Dogon, they pretty much gotta, from my understanding, they have to negotiate with these terrorists. Which is just unfortunate. The FI have actually expanded their operational territory since the Russian arrival. Nigeria-based analyst Isaac Idemito recently wrote in an essay published on his LinkedIn page. After the death of Wagner leader Yevgeny Prigozhin in 2023, Russia's Ministry of Defense took control of the group and rebranded it as Africa Corps. The government has also changed Africa Corps' approach, keeping its fighters close to their bases where they operated drones and trained Malian soldiers. Decision-making became centered in Moscow rather than on the ground in Mali. Because of the political consequences, Africa Corps weighs risk-taking more heavily than its predecessor, Lou Osborne, an investigator with the website All Eyes on Wagner, told the Africa Report. The Russians go into combat less often, which is viewed poorly by the Malian side. Their more institutional mode of operation is starting to resemble what Mali rejected with the French Operation Barkhane. Idemito notes that Mali's decision to side with Russia and to break away from regional security missions such as the G5 Sahel Joint Force damaged the West African country's ability to collaborate on counterterrorism. Meanwhile, JNIM and other groups have gained ground, taking control of large parts of Mali and its Sahelian neighbors, while taking its first steps into coastal countries such as Benin, Cote d'Ivoire, and Togo. The security vacuum created by the collapse of regional cooperation mechanisms is pushing instability southward toward the West African coast, toward the countries with the largest populations, the most developed economies, and the most to lose, Idemito wrote. But hey, this is all Obama's doing from his taking out Gaddafi. So I understand why. I don't agree with it, but I understand why Ghana had to do what it had to do. I get it. I hate it, but I get it. Guys, links in the chat room. Again, link is in the chat room. Link is in the chat room. If you'd like to call in, if you disagree, please click on the link. And to get you guys a refresher on the EU agreement with between Ghana and EU, here you go. God's gift, go ahead. God's gift, I can't hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hear you now, go ahead.
Dinus,
Go ahead.
thank you. Yeah, thank you for letting me onto your platform. It's a great thing that you're obviously doing, and I mean, I believe these conversations are really really good because people should actually like and like and share and send this out to as much people as possible. So a lot of our people can get the dynamics and get a different intake on this as well, on this discussions as well. So I mean, my input on this, I disagree with Ghana. I disagree with Ghana in terms of this because I just see it, the way I see it, for them to go and do a security pact with the European Union, which we've got a long history with. We know that Europeans have never been credible to us.
Facts.
Yeah, they've never been credible to us. And I mean, my main concern is this security pact and technology sharing comes with conditions.
Of course they do.
Yeah, no one's going to give you their secrets without you giving out something. And I mean, my concern is that we as a Ghana as a nation, they don't really have much leverage. They don't have much of a leverage in terms of bargaining, you see. So, I mean, my concern is that we stand at a weak point in terms of this security pact. I would rather, us as a nation coming together, in West Africa, coming together with other countries. I saw in a article about there being a united army. So I did obviously come across some article in regards to that, and I thought that was very good. I thought that was that's a step in the right direction, step forward, and I mean, I think that's something which we should.
Guys, give me a second. Ayana, we're not gonna do this, Ayana. We're not gonna do this, Ayana. We're gonna keep it strictly on the topic, Ayana, respectfully. All right, go ahead, God's gift.
Yeah, so I think in terms of a solution, I think us forming our own military. That's the best solution. At least, if
God's gift, I agree with you, but I don't know I don't understand. Are we just incompetent? Like we can't do it. We're not doing it. Like it sounds great, the Africa Unite and our own military and the African Union and the
it can be done.
but we're not. But God, we're not doing it.
We're not doing it. We're not doing it, but it can be done. There is certain obstacles.
I know it could be done. Of course it could be done, but we're not doing it. So Ghana can't wait because these jihadists are a problem. They're in Nigeria, they're in Togo, they're in Benin, they're in Burkina Faso, they're in Mali. It's a problem.
You have to look at the Sahel case. The Sahel case with France, where they were obviously supplying these terrorists with arms, and obviously just putting on a front as if they were actually fighting these terrorists. Exactly. And it's the same with the European Union. It's the same thing with the European Union. Now, as you know, in terms of geopolitics, the West is losing ground. And they want to find a way of obviously gaining some type of leverage, do you understand, in the world. So I just find it obviously shocking that obviously a nation like Ghana would actually, sign a pact with the European Union, who have a terrible track record. And my concern as well, obviously, is that in terms of this security pact, there could be loopholes where, the European Union, they could be training young men as, young men to for future coups and coup d'etats and so on and so forth. So that's one loophole as well. Because when these, there's always an agenda with Europeans. There's always some type of an agenda. So that is one aspect where they could train young men to do coup d'etats and all this that we've been having in the region of West Africa. So I mean, where I stand with this, I think it's absolutely terrible. There's other partners. There's other nations who we could partner with. I mean, the main thing.
What other nation that has the technology?
I mean, at the moment, I wouldn't suggest Russia because they've got their hands full. They're still dealing with the Ukraine war. They're not in a position to be really, fighting terrorists and so on and so forth. I don't think they stand at a strong point at the moment. If the Ukraine war wasn't going on, then I would suggest Russia. But they've had their hands full. You know, they've been dealing with quite a lot, and I think they're stretched out. That's why you're seeing that type of weakness in the Sahel. But I think as time goes on, and Russia obviously regained their footstep and overcome the Ukraine war, I think you see much more advancements in terms of them giving support to the Sahel region. So I mean, yeah, it's just in terms of a good partner, I would say China. You know, China could be
man, they not.
no. In terms of technology transfer, in terms of you have to look at the Middle East. You have to look at the Middle East. Who's supporting?
And that's my point. I'm looking at the Middle East.
Hold on. In terms of the Middle East,
hold on. This is the host talking. That's my point. Look at Venezuela. Look at the Middle East. I mean, they're sending these people they're freaking hand-me-downs.
Well,
they're getting their hand-me-downs.
To be honest with you, it's not like, you know, they could obviously China can really risk, you know, at this stage of getting involved in the Middle East conflict at this stage. But it's if you look at their geopolitics, it's actually directed at them, because they're trying to choke them in terms of their oil supply. You know, so obviously they started first with Venezuela, then obviously Trump tried to move over to Iran, and he's trying to work Iran at the moment, you know. So it's all really directed at Russia and China, you know, and obviously they know as well. So this is crucial to them, and I think at some point, if it does escalate, and they see that Iran is obviously losing, I think they will, you know, step in and get more involved. But at the moment,
they're not losing.
Hey, hold on, 20 seconds. I got to pass the mic.
Yeah, at the moment, what the intel is, they're obviously giving them support via, you know, satellite support, obviously weapons as well. Obviously, they're not going to detail this, you know, in the media, but I think behind closed.
I got to pass the mic. Babaliko, go ahead, Babaliko.
Yes. I agree with what the brother said with Ghana and all that. I agree with that. I would go with a more violent approach. Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali. I would go with North Korea. I will have North Korea there. The one where the West fear the most. North Korea. Okay? Abraham Traore already doing a deal with the land with North Korea, and I think that's a brilliant idea. You have to deal with people who the West fear, not these jokers. Russia, look what happened in Venezuela. That should have never happened underneath Russia, never. So they have to go with a more serious approach. So somebody like North Korea. I think Abraham Traore was talking with Iran minister before the war started. I think that was a good one too, but Iran have their hand full right now. But that's what I think is the best choice, to go with North Korea right now. They have a lot of missiles, a lot of stuff. They need to work with that. Abraham Traore was talking and he said, Russia don't help in Burkina Faso. It's all their military. All they come and do is show them how to work the equipment, and then they leave. It's all Burkina base. So Africa don't need nobody. They need themselves. All these people who come in and saying they're going to help in Ghana and all this nonsense, because where there was before the AES, where were there? Where was all these people who's coming now? Before the AES, all of a sudden the AES form. All of a sudden everybody is coming all the way around the AES, and it's something is not right about it. It's just not right about it. So I would go with North Korea, and I would use them there, someone more serious like them, for if anything goes wrong. And next thing, you can't ask the people who create the war to come and help you, who create all this terrorism in Africa, to come and help fix it. It's nonsense. The people who create the problem can't come and fix no problem, because why?
Exactly.
They profit a lot from it. A lot. They make a lot of money. France, I was just looking at Google. France make $500 million a year from the Sahel. So no. These people is not going to fix nothing. Okay? They're not going to fix it. They want the terrorists there in the Sahel so they can stay there and rip the resources. Okay? That's all they want. So what Ghana is doing is very, very dangerous. Having all these people around Nigeria, Ivory Coast, Benin, we know what's going on. Traore was talking about it. We know. And it's not going to take likely, because what I feel is going to happen is, if anything go down, I think the people is going to rise up against their owners. Ivory Coast, Benin. I think the people is going to rise up and going to have none of it, just like what's going on right now. But you can't trust the West. I would put North Korea, and I would have some more strict people there who the West don't even go near. That's what I would have done. I don't trust them at all.
Let me pass the mic. Go ahead, Kala. Unmute yourself, Kala.
Yeah, like I said, funny thing is, I heard today somebody on TikTok said, "Man, you gotta understand, Africans are so smart." Right? I was saying to myself, I ain't gotta say nothing. Like they say, Africans are smart, man. They're smarter than everybody else. But listen to these two guys, man. Against what Ghana made a decision for the EU, we do got a serious jihadi problem in that region. And the bottom line is, these people are coming all the way through from Saudi Arabia to Iraq, all these places, Sudan. You see them, all the the thousands of people that are killed in South Sudan. You see that dying. They're killing black people. Got one guy was out there from Dubai on the behest of Dubai. That's why I'm glad Dubai.
Kala, one second. JC Inc. I did reach out to Frank Zainu, and his assistant reached back out and said he's just booked. That's the excuse I got. But trust me,
that dude.
All right, go ahead, Kala. Go ahead,
anyway,
Kala.
So
and then thank you for and JC, thank you for the 499 holla as well. Thank you.
My whole thing
All right, go ahead,
is
Kala.
If you look at what's going on in South Sudan, right? That's clearly by the United Arab Emirates, right? The gold and stuff like that. They're actually killing black South Sudanese, in the Darfur region, right? I haven't heard anybody talk about that. This jihadi thing, these people right here, the Janjaweed, the Al Shabaab, the Boko Haram, this is real. This is real. And so the bottom line is Ghana recently had some of its citizens killed that crossed into Burkina Faso, killed by terrorists. And so the bottom line is that border is very weak between the two countries. So Ghana's saying to myself, they have to protect their state. So they made the decision. And like I said, if we want to respect Africans, and I guess you two guys are Africans on the show, or you Negropeans, whatever you are, you can't keep coming in front of Black Americans and talking to Africans like they're stupid, because we want to be able to respect the decisions of African heads of state, that they know what they're doing and stuff like that. Just like I respect Ghana when they went before the UN. I respect that. Now, if they feel it's need to have the EU protection against jihadis, they're not talking about the war against Traore and all these other people. They're talking about the jihadis. So Traore is fighting them, and now Ghana is going to open up a front to fight them and contain these people. Isn't that what everybody wants, to bring stability to the area? And this idea about bringing North Korea can barely feed itself. It's a starving country. They got missiles, but they ain't got no food. So what exactly are they going to bring to the Sahel?
He give them land.
I don't get it.
Traore give them land to create food.
Give them land for what?
He give them land to come so they can farm.
Why is it Africans? You got 12 million square miles of the African continent. What's wrong with the African men learning how to grow their own food and be productive? Why do you need North Korea?
You need North Korea because North Korea did it underneath sanctions. They still
Hold on. Let me ask you something. Whatever North Korea built, why can't Africans build the same thing?
Well, that's what it's trade. You just talk about the Europeans coming and helping, so the North Koreans can come.
Hold on. You know how North Korea got this? It was through China. China and other different countries that North Korea sent their engineers, scientists to to train them and bring them back to North Korea. That's called skill transfer. That's all I mean. I do believe Ghana could be getting a skills transfer from the European Union. Who knows what their plan is?
How
But I
can you?
have to understand, if I have any respect for Ghanaians, which I do, right? And I'm looking at Ghana's economy, it's like $90 billion GDP. They didn't get that way being stupid, So you have to give them some sort of respect. They're not some basket case. So if they got $90 billion GDP, they're now mining their own and selling, floating their own gold bonds. The CD is doing very well on the international market, currency exchange. If they believe that this is the right way to do, all I gotta do is sit back and say, hey, let's just wait and see.
Look, Carla,
We
we
got way too
respect.
many people in the black world that's always doing things like this. You could have somebody that's really trying to do the right thing, but black people, but it's not just black America, it's Africans too. We always find a way how to discredit somebody, like they do for Paul Kagame. Paul Kagame is doing very well what he's doing. We don't agree with everything he does, but you look at Rwanda and you look at the surrounding countries and you say to yourself, okay, nation building is an ugly thing. There's always gonna be people getting their hands dirty.
You
There's always
misinformed,
gonna
bro.
be people getting stepped on and everything.
Carla, it's
But the
about
end result, because
credibility.
hold up, if you can come to America, right?
No,
And you
Paul
sit, hold up,
Kagame.
if you sit here, you sit here and live in America. That's what hypocrisy is. You sit here and live in America, right? This country has so much blood on its hands, but that doesn't stop anybody from coming here, making a living, pledge allegiance to this flag, doing all stuff like this. But when it comes down to an African country, a black country, you won't give them the same grace and benefit of the doubt. I don't understand that.
No, it's about credibility. It's about credibility and a track record.
Hold on. So
Now,
are you in the UK? You
yes,
sound like
I am
you're
in the
UK.
UK.
You got
Yes,
a British accent. What the hell
yeah.
are you doing in the UK? You obviously a British citizen in that country or not. The British has more blood on his hands than any other people in the world. But yet you don't friggin' talk about their credibility, right? You live in that country, right?
Of course, I question their credibility. That is something I
So why are you living in
question.
that country then?
Why am I living in that country?
Because
Well,
they have the
Yeah.
resource. What do you mean? Why you living in the
It's
country?
due to economic instabilities.
That's what I said. That's why I say, look,
It's due
I
to
would rather listen
economic
to
instabilities. But let
Muhammad.
me tell you this. Let me
Ghanaians,
tell you this, Kala.
Ghanaians are in their
Hold on.
country.
Let me tell you
They're trying
this,
to
yeah.
make their country work. You're in the UK.
Yeah, it's brain drain. We call it brain drain. Yeah. So basically, it's just pre-colonial brain drain. Yeah.
Yeah, but you
And
don't have to.
that's
You're
what's going on
participating.
here. That's what's
You're
going on there. It's
participating
not
in your
nice.
own destruction.
It's
So
not
the bottom
nice.
line, let me tell you something, brother. Europe and Africa right now are tethered together. That's just the way it is.
Yeah,
Right?
and it's wrong.
Hold
It's
on.
wrong.
Hold
No,
on.
We
Ghana
have to
is
go by.
Ghana
We have
is
to go
part.
by
100%
track
wrong.
record.
Hold up. Ghana is part
They've
of an
never helped us.
Anglophone
Have you
country. The
ever known?
Sahels are
Have you
Francophone countries.
when has Europe ever done anything positive
They're not going
with
to.
Africa?
Hold
Never.
on. Did you understand?
Never.
That's
I've
what
never
they
seen.
do.
So
They
we have
basically
to
made
go
their
by the
money
track record.
colonizing you. You have
Sorry?
not had that revolution. You have not had that revolution. You're
What
still
do you mean?
tethered to them. You can't play in their sports, their Chelsea leagues. You can't be marrying their women, doing all stuff like that, going there, and then
That's
talk
not
about
what I'm
the
about.
European Union. You
Hold
got
on.
to let them go.
That's not what I'm
Wait, hold on.
about, man.
As black Americans been promised 40 acres and a mule and all type of stuff, and they haven't got it.
Man, look,
But
the
they
bottom
still.
line, we took our 40. Look, we
Hey,
did, bro.
No, no, no,
hey,
no,
don't,
no,
hey,
no,
don't put us in
Let
it.
me tell you.
no,
Let me
no,
break
hold on,
Don't
hold
put
on,
us
hold
in
on.
it. Don't put
Hey
us
guys,
in
I
it.
want to break one thing down to you. I'm gonna drop off. I want to break one down to you, right? Black America over the years, right? Since the end of slavery to now, we built all the major cities you see in America, the railways, everything, right? Black America has $11 trillion in retirement and savings and assets. We got up 40 acres and a mule back. We earned
No,
it. You know, we
no,
took it.
no, 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 no. Yo, the guy who in charge here, he needs to talk
Wow,
up.
he's having a
The
mental
guy who in charge
breakdown.
needs to talk up. This is ridiculous. No, man.
I
Having
know,
a
No.
you
mental
guys don't like
breakdown.
hearing the
No,
truth, you
no,
know?
no, no,
You
no,
guys
no,
don't
no,
like it. You guys
no,
don't
no,
like hearing the
no,
truth, you
no, no,
know?
no,
We got
no,
our
no.
friggin' reparations, whatever. We got our money back, you know? Black America, hold up. There'll be no Chicago,
No, you ain't
no
got your
Gary,
money back,
Indiana,
Kala.
no
Come on,
You
man.
Pittsburgh,
got your money
steel
back. No,
industry.
no, no,
You got
no,
here,
You don't have your
Virginia,
money back, Kala.
shipyards, everything is run by black people, you know? The
no.
post office services, everything, the trucking industry, everything like
Please,
that. We got our fucking
please.
40 acres back, bro.
You ain't. You ain't.
No, that's a lie.
Hey,
That's a lie. No, that's a
hey,
lie. That's a lie. Okay, they
It's the
haven't got
truth.
it back.
It's the
They
truth because
haven't
I
got.
live it.
Hey,
Yeah,
hold on. I gotta pass the mic, but let me read these super chats real quick. Denzel early, thank you for $55. Thank you for $5. Holla. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Ghana is playing chess. All right, go ahead, CD. Let me pass the mic to CD. Go ahead, CD.
Hey, Donnie.
Peace.
So yeah, Ghana, defense, security agreement with France. I don't have any issue with it at all. You have to work with someone, you know. Europe has a success story, especially in Kenya when Al-Shabaab attacked Kenya. It was, they had a security agreement with Britain, and Britain saved Nairobi out of the terrorist attack that happened years back, right? So Russia has no success story in any shape or form in Africa. We haven't seen them performing anything. And besides that, when you look at the economy of Russia compared to that of Italy, Italy who has the smallest economy in Europe, beginning the economy of Russia. So I think Russia seems to be more overvalued. And besides that, most of the time, the army that Russia sent to your country, they are not professional Russian army. These are a bunch of criminals that was in prison. They free them, call them Wagner Group, and they recruit them, and then they go and fight in your country. That's what they do. So the guy that even funded the group, or the guy that was killed by Putin, he was running a restaurant that Putin, somehow got friendly with him through going to his restaurant. So Russia has no success story. Wherever they have gone for proxy war, they've been defeated. They were defeated in Afghanistan, but
That's not true. They've got a serious track record.
Oh yeah, they
what?
abandoned
They've got a track
Angola.
record of
They
winning.
abandoned
What
us
are you talking
Angola. They
about?
abandoned
Okay, they were
Cuba. Russia
defeated.
has
They were
lives
defeated.
Damn.
of
Let me
conquering
finish.
all that.
They were defeated
They're the
in the
reason
Afghanistan.
why the world war was able to, be
You cutting me
overcome.
off, sir. Let me finish, then you can ask
why
me a question.
why America didn't stop them from giving oil to Cuba? If they're
Let me
so weak, why
let me
America didn't shoot down the
Russia
missiles to giving
well
abandoned
let
oil
me
to
Cuba.
let me
Cuba?
let me get my point. Then you ask
Russia
Come
me.
on, man.
abandoned Cuba
The
back in
proxy war that
1960.
happened in Afghanistan against Mujahideen defeated Russia. They withdrew from Afghanistan, right? Right. Why they couldn't protect Assad? Assad ran away from Syria. When the CIA got ready for Assad, they got rid of Assad. Right? Why they couldn't protect Assad? Wherever they have gone, America have defeated them. Why they couldn't protect this guy from Venezuela, Maduro,
Venezuela. They couldn't protect Patrice Lumumba, Thomas
Petrus
Sankara.
Lumumba?
Dias, you forgot about the Angolan War.
So,
You forgot
Yeah, but
about the
so,
that's
Angolan War.
different. That's
so,
different. Shoot
so
down
this.
Shoot down a Russian
can
plane.
you let the
Shoot
man
down.
finish his
Let
point?
me finish
Yo,
my point, then you
Paulo,
can
calm
ask me.
down. Let him finish his
So
point.
when you guys say why we should work with the West, you have to work with people. Even looking at the Middle East has a bigger economy than Africa, right? They got security from the US, from NATO, right? When you look at Asia, like South Korea, Japan, who protect them? America. Germany, who is protecting Germany? It's America. You have to work with someone to
We're
protect
not
you.
saying they shouldn't work with
So,
someone,
so
but we're saying they should be
what is the
working with
option? What
credible
is you
people.
talk about North Korea?
Credible
North
people,
Korea cannot even
credible.
feed themselves. This is an isolated nation. Where have you seen North Korean soldiers
How
going to
how
fight?
is
How do you
America?
know that? Where's the facts?
So,
How is
Are you
America
getting it from
protecting?
In North Korea,
Western
they're hungry,
propaganda?
bro.
How is
North
America?
Korea needs food.
we saw it.
God. Let's CD
Where's
got a
the
minute. No,
facts of that?
hold on. Let CD finish. CD, you got a minute.
So look at what happened in Sudan. Chinese, when the fighting started, Chinese, what they did, they evacuated all their cities, including the army. China never fight anywhere, right? So you have to work with someone. We have success story of the European. Britain, when they fight on behalf of Kenya, and now right now Kenya is safe. So you have to. You always talk about against West, and you live in the West. Some of you guys never even put a feet in Africa. You never travel, not even for a whole year, never even spend a week in your country. And you'll come here talking against the West. So if I see someone living in America or
Look, I
living
live
in
in the West.
Britain,
We know how they operate.
talking on behalf of,
Exactly.
do you know how many Liberian refugees that was rescued
Hold on.
from
Do you know
Russia
what's going on
by
around
George?
the
Let me
world?
finish.
Stop cutting them off.
Liberian refugee was in Russia, right? They were struggling. They wouldn't even afford food to eat. It was George Bush that gave them asylum in the US. I have friends that were living in Russia. They couldn't even get food to eat in Russia. That's how Russia is a country where Putin can sit tonight and say, well, I want to make you a
Excuse
billionaire.
me, City.
Yeah, you will make
City.
you a rich.
Excuse me.
But it's not that
City,
type
I
of
mean to
country
cut
that
you
you think
off.
of.
City, what time period in Russia was that happening? Was that during the former Soviet Union or post-Soviet Union collapse? What time period, please?
Well, yeah, up to this time, they have a poverty in Russia. You don't know that?
No.
Up to this
I'm
time,
just
that's
trying to ask. No. I get what you're saying. I'm trying to ask what time period are you
what
referring
my
to?
friends
Was
that
that
came in,
during the Soviet Union or after the Soviet Union?
after the Soviet Union. My friends
Okay,
that were
that's all I
living
need
in
to
Russia.
know. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. They were living. They doing this. I mean, the previous George Bush. My friend that lived in D.C. He was in Russia. It was George Bush that gave him asylum in the U.S. And I would try Monday to put this guy on the line so he can come here and talk about Russia. If you can't ever food certain part of Russia, you can't even get food to eat. This guy lives in DC right now. He thank God. He was brought here by George Bush. So you can't live in America and try to preach Russia or China. You never even go to China. Why you can't live in Russia then?
I've got one
So
thing to say to
that's the
you.
part I don't understand.
I just got one thing to say. How can you go and work with people who have abstained? Yeah, have stayed against a crime against our nation. Does it make any sense?
Which type of
Make it
crime are
make
you
sense.
talking about?
People who don't,
Tell me the crime that
the
you're talking about.
UN, the vote.
Slavery.
You know,
Slavery.
slavery to be recognized. Look, you have to make sense of things.
Do you know black people get chased out of
You
Russia
have
too?
to make sense of things. Do you
But let
understand?
me tell you, do you know black people cannot walk in the street of Russia? There's
move
more
that Ghana
racism
has
in Russia
made,
than in America. Do you know that?
You see that, yeah? You see that vote, yeah, where they have abstained. That should tell you everything. There's like what you're doing is being naive. We're being naive.
Go ask Saudi Arabia.
That should tell you everything. Look at what's going on around the world. What's happening around the world? Yeah, Trump's going around. Yeah, bombing lots of different places.
Exactly.
Yeah, so all these things, you should put all these things together. That should tell you where they stand. Do you understand?
How are they
You're playing games.
I gotta pass the mic. CD, you got 30 seconds. Don't interrupt him.
You see, this guy then interrupting me. I don't understand.
But CD, you got 30 seconds. Go ahead. CD.
So the fact that you talking about U.S. bombing other country, what Russia is doing in Ukraine? What's the difference? Black men cannot walk in the street of Russia freely. There's more racism in Russia than in America.
That's a lie.
I will tell you that there's certain part of Russia as a black man you cannot walk in the street. You never lived in Russia before. I have friends that have lived there, so I'm telling you, went to school there.
City's not lying.
For them
He's telling the truth. I know that from when I lived in Europe.
Guys, don't interrupt them. CD, you got 30 seconds. Every time you interrupt them, 30 seconds.
The reality is, if you say that we can't work with the West and you live in America, and you even have a British accent as an African, you never even visit your country, and then you talking against the West. When was the last time you were in Africa? Tell me. Because I go every year. So do you really visit your country? No. So you come here, you declare yourself to be a Pan-African, but you never go to your country.
You got an extra 30 seconds. Go ahead.
So please don't say that. I will say this again. African Americans are more Pan-African than some African, more Africans. It's almost
what you're saying
because most of you guys see yourself to be born as an African.
You got an extra 30 seconds. Go ahead.
So you guys see yourself to be born as an African doesn't necessarily make you a Pan-African. It's almost like when you were born as being a Muslim because you saw your friends being your parents being Muslim. That's why you practice as a Muslim. But when you go to Brooklyn, you see Black Americans that study about the religion. That say, okay, I want to practice Islamic religion because they saw the value in it. They are more Muslim than I that was born as a Muslim. That's the difference. right? A lot of African can be ashamed of wearing African clothes, but you will see African Americans walking around in Nairobi or Guinea or Conakry who have African clothes on, African attire on. And you want to come here and show that, oh, I'm African, I'm Pan-African.
Stick
It
to the
doesn't make
subject.
sense. I'll lend it for now. Thanks.
All right, go ahead, Street Media. Let me do yourself, Street Media. Street Media.
Yeah. Y'all can hear me?
Hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Oh, 1 second. Okay. Yes. CD, I got a question for us. Hey, CD, what's good, man? Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
I'm good, man. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Listen, when South Africa finally got their freedom out of this apartheid stuff and they let Mandela go, did South Africa really ever get any justice? I mean, they put up this fake thing where they was saying that they was returning power back. But how many of those people really was brought to justice and went to jail, was put to death? The same way when the Jews, when they went all around the world bringing them people back to put them to death and put them in jail, did they do the same thing in South Africa, CD?
Yes.
Where?
Oh my
Who
God.
got put to death? Who
Well,
got put to
nobody
death?
got put to death. The way you said is
Thank
true.
you.
No, nobody got put to
Thank
death.
you.
That's the fact.
Right. And what I'm saying, the reason why I'm saying this, because I love everybody on this panel, right? You know, I know we got the FBA African thing going on, but it's not created out of hate. This conversation hurts me because we lie to ourselves too much, man. Like, this conversation is a waste of time, and us as men know it. Unless Africa got a real military to defend themselves and tell them Arabs and them Europeans to go F themselves, you're always going to be on their terms. Africa is the place that feeds the world. It feeds the world. So it's going to always be dilapidated and war torn, the same as South America with those resources, unless you got something to defend your territory where you can go to that UN and put your feet up on the table and say, I wish one of you niggas would. Until they can do that,
Street Media.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's a $10 tariff.
Yeah, you gotta pay $10, bro.
I pay it. I'm driving now. I can't do it while I'm on the highway on my phone. But I got you. I definitely got you. Yeah, but yeah, my bad, man. I won't use that. My bad. Can y'all still hear me?
I will pay for you, man. You making sense. I'll pay for you
Yeah.
now.
All right, so
Yeah.
Cash App to that's the Cash App address right
Yeah,
there.
I'm just saying, because like I think everybody on here, we all care. Everybody cares. Everybody cares, right? But I just think that we got our own methods. But I just think that, like, we know the history of this European, we know the history of these Arabs when it comes to black people globally. And like I said, as African Americans, we were the minority here. When they had their foot on our necks. Today, like, you know, we fought, we resisted, and we have a big spending power. Our biggest issue is keeping the money circulating through our communities, right? And y'all, you know, where you guys come from, y'all have the intact language, still the land, but y'all don't own the land that y'all live on, because it's going to always be at war, because those resources that's under y'all feet feed the world. And I just think that, like, we got to have real conversations to the point where it is. Listen, if you doing business with the colonial powers, you compromise. It's no way around it. It's no way around it. You compromise. Here in America, as Black Americans, we're compromised, right? We got sellout Sambos. Can I use that? I'm gonna make sure. We got sellouts and amongst our group, and we got grassroots, and we've been arguing and fighting amongst each other to figure out which way we want to go. At the same time, we still accomplish things and influence the world, but we still got our own internal issues as well, right? So, because like I said, until there's like a world revolution to get these people out of power, ain't nothing gonna change. That's just how I feel about it.
Hey, I haven't got the tariff yet. Somebody said they're gonna pay for them.
Yeah, I feel I gotta when I get off this highway, I gotta put
No. Somebody said they was gonna pay for you. I ain't got the tariff yet. All right, if I don't get the tariff, we close. All right, we gotta close the doors. We gotta close the doors, y'all, until we get the tariff. We closing the doors.
Ever since my dermatologist recommended you drink Radiant Tone, I'm kind of obsessed with the results. I just keep getting better.
With the latest Galaxy from Verizon, you can swipe a whole new look.
Quick moment. I want everybody to remain standing quickly. How many of y'all really received something from the word of the Lord tonight? Listen, when you study scripture, you will notice that whenever God did something in the lives of the patriarchs of old, the patriarchs would pause, they would set up an altar, and they would offer up sacrifice. I asked each and every one of you how many of y'all received something from the word of the Lord. Everyone in this place said these words, I did. Because of your acknowledgement of what God did in word, there is an obligation that is attached to that acknowledgement. In biblical days, they offered livestock, grain. That was a type of currency.
Listen,
So
the doors are closed until I get the $10
money,
tariff. We're closing the doors.
I said
Lock the doors.
currency. And this is what God is saying.
Guys, your pity $10, man. Let our show go on. Your pity $10, man. Don't try to be cheap.
And this is
Could it pay on normal?
challenge you
On
the way
the
Bishop did. But I
on
know
the
You
YouTube.
said you're gonna send it $10, bro. Send it
under the
$10.
sound of my voice.
I'm gonna say I'm getting off the highway in like 10 minutes.
Let
I'm
his show
driving on
go
the
on,
expressway.
please.
This
Yeah.
is simple. 1,000 people giving what I'm about to challenge will be $20,000. 1,000 people giving what I'm about to challenge you all to do will be $20,000. Now, for those of us who are on the dais, I'm taking you higher, so put it back.
But Donnie's doing a good job, man. Super chat, guys. You'll get some money, bro. Africans, I know we cheap.
That leaders lead.
So Don, could we pay it on the super
not
chat?
only in time,
No,
not
it
only
needs to
in
be.
talent,
You know, you can pay
but
via
also in
super
treasure.
chat. So you can pay super chat. You can pay via super chat.
Leaders lead in time, talent, and treasure. I was taught a long time ago that it costs to sit up here. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors.
But close the doors.
Ushers, close the doors.
Close the doors.
Close the doors.
Keep them doors closed.
Close the doors. We all gonna lead together. Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, $40,000
We're gonna open
tonight.
the doors. We're gonna reopen the doors. All right, go ahead. Doors back open. Go ahead, Passport King.
Yes, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Good evening, gentlemen. My, so much to unpack. Don't even know where to start.
Hey, let me just tell the brother thank you too. My bad. I thank you for sending that. But Diners, if I still need to send a 10, I'll send a 10 to the Cash App.
Okay.
You finished Street Media?
Yeah. My bad. I just wanted to, my bad for cutting you off, but somebody paid something for me, so I just wanted to say thank you.
Okay, no problem. As I was saying, so much to unpack. Don't even know where to start. So I'll start this way. Welcome to today's episodes of Wakanda Fantasies Meets Reality. That's what I'm going to call my little monologue right now. And this also touches on many things I said previously on joining panels. And so many people hate. And I said, see, this is why I don't take it personally. It's not that y'all hate me. Well, some of you might hate me, but you hate hearing the truth. And let's take this Ghana UN deal. I said previously more than once, these African nations, as much as y'all hate to hear it, y'all can't manage yourselves due to the rampant tribalism that inspires the backstabbing, the scamming each other, and all the other treachery that goes on in the African continent on a daily. This what allows outside powers to come in and manipulate y'all, rule you, and smack you upside the head in your own country on a daily. The Chinese do it. How many videos have we seen of Chinese businessmen in Africa smacking up Africans, beating them with sticks? You don't see no videos like that coming out the United States of America. For all the garbage y'all like to talk about, foundational Black Americans, ADOS, excuse me, did I say a lie?
I got to interject. Passport King, I'm here in Atlanta. There were several shootouts at 404.
Okay, well, those are shootouts, so that means it's back and forth. Hold on.
That means they a 16-year-old girl got two teenage girls got shot. One of them were killed. It was a 16-year-old girl. Come on, Passport King.
And eventually there was payback, right? Because we don't let that slide. They did not come out and hold hands. Like, for instance, since you brought that up, for those who are American citizens, it's well known that Mexicans, and I'm getting off the point, just very brief, that Mexicans out in California, especially LA, and Black Americans don't get along. And they have been targeting Black Americans. But the Black people in LA aren't passive. When they get out of line, the Black people clap back. Even in the prisons where Black people outnumber in California's correctional facilities, the Black Americans don't cower. They be putting boot to their behinds. But let me get back to the whole
What happened to
Wakanda fantasy. Let me get back
What
to
happened to
Wakanda
Zimmerman?
fantasy.
What happened to Zimmerman? Zimmerman still walking the streets.
Hello. Zimmerman is homeless and can't get a set, and he's going to meet a very tragic end. So that's that. But getting back to the point. Earlier, I heard some of the high IQ Africans talking about America is afraid of North Korea. What kind of drugs are y'all doing over there? Whether you're in the UK or if you're here in the US or some other nation you fled from, what kind of drugs are you doing? You think North Korea is powerful? Let's knock this stupidity down right now. Do you know that officially the Korean War never ended? The Korean War is still ongoing. They just have an armistice. If North Korea is so powerful, why haven't they sent their military to South Korea and take over the country? If they're so powerful.
Because they're not colonizers. They're not colonizers. They are not colonizers like
bullshit.
Over
here.
I
don't want to hear that. No. That's their number one.
They are not colonizers. It's a fact.
So, no, that's garbage. Why don't they just go to, since they're so powerful and if they really want to end the war, why don't they just go to South Korea and take them over? And that ends the war right there and unify it. Yeah, okay, no answer. So that's, again, is reality coming up in your faces. So if y'all think that the United States is afraid of North Korea, again, I don't know what kind of narcotics y'all on, but y'all need to get off that stuff. And this goes back to what I said before. Different African countries, especially the sub-Saharan ones, y'all cannot manage your affairs. And at the basis of it is tribalism. Y'all gonna always scam each other. You're going to always cheat each other. And those are the light outcomes. It escalates into tribal violence, borderline genocide, like in Rwanda and many other places. And then when it happens, instead of taking responsibility, oh, the white man made us do it. Wait, the white man put hatchets in your hand and tell you to go hack up another group? No. You see, this, I hate to say it. It's like a continent of, even if you look like adults, it's like y'all got childlike minds. But no, not child. That's wrong. Teenagers, overly hormonal teenagers who can't control your emotions. You can't think straight. And since someone wanted to drag in Black Americans because you tried to like throw shade at us earlier, this is also another reason why many Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, other people who may not use FBA but delineating, this is another reason why we did not want Ghana advocating on our behalf. Y'all can't even get your own country straight, but you think you somehow know better than us? In terms of reparations, we don't need your help. We don't want your help. Y'all can't even help yourself. And I'll land my plane there.
Brother, you're misinformed. Nobody was coming at fundamental Americans. A question was asked.
How am I misinformed?
Hold on.
How am I misinformed?
Let me explain. A question was asked about what was going on and why they can't do so and so, and you can't trust them because the European, because they just never keep their words. One guy was saying something in America. He was like, just like the 40 acres and a mule, which is a fact. They didn't keep the word on that. So that's what was it coming about. It wasn't
Okay, hold on. I'm not doing that. Look. Yes, the 40 acres of the mule. Hold on. Yes.
No, because we gotta stop this. We gotta stop this American and this African thing. It's nonsense. It's nonsense.
No, it's not nonsense. It's
like nonsense, man.
Oh, no.
It's nonsense.
It's nonsense, man.
It's nonsense. We all work together.
Y'all got Wakanda fantasies. When I heard someone talking about North Korea ally with them, I was laughing on my end. I'm like, my God, y'all so divorced from reality. North Korea has famines right now. What City said earlier about how
where's the fact?
Russia. Hold on. North Korea has ongoing.
No.
Where's the fact? So you're just eating into propaganda.
You kidding?
You're eating into propaganda, Western propaganda.
That's not true.
It's
North Korea
propaganda.
has created their own food. They
Really?
have created.
bullshit, man.
They're
And why
showing
do
it.
North Koreans try to defect out that
That's
country?
why
South
Abraham
Korea
Traore.
and
That's why
Korea?
Abraham Traore invited
Hold on.
him
Why
and give him
do North
land to show.
Koreans even
No, man, it's
they
not
know
true.
hold on, if they try
It's
to
not
defect
true.
and get caught, they get put to death. Why do they risk their lives
Do you know how
trying to defect
developed
out of
North Korea is? Bro, do
So
you
that's
know
never
how
happened.
developed that place is?
Whoa, hold on. How developed North Korea is? Are you serious? Stop it.
Bro,
Exactly.
I've seen certain look, I've seen certain things, yeah. Honestly, the Western nations are not gonna show you. But I've seen, and it's much more cleaner than a lot of European cities.
Asia Wakanda now.
North Korea is developed. Oh Lord Jesus.
Go
All right,
look at some flicks.
let
Go
me.
look at some
I gotta
pictures
pass
there.
the mic. Teddy, our politics. Teddy, our politics. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. My question is, what's the issue with Ghana signing an EU or a defense pact with EU? I'm trying to get some understanding because America has a status of forces agreement with Ghana, and there are military people. The military is on the ground in Ghana right now. In that the pact that Ghana just signed with EU can't have any military on the ground in Ghana. They can't have any military bases. So I don't understand what the issue is. Why is there an issue? And since the FBA people seem to get saying that Ghana sold out to the EU and whatnot, America's there. What's the problem? I don't understand. And then passport. I'm not even going to address what you said because you wrong on so many levels. That's my question.
No. Don't say I'm wrong on so many levels. Pick out specifically. What did I say?
Okay,
that was
specifically your comments regarding North Korea. You just wrong. That's just wrong. If you said why hasn't North Korea invaded South Korea? North Korea doesn't mess with South. North Korea. Yes. You said that since North Korea is so strong or it has a strong military, why haven't they invaded South Korea? America's an ally of South Korea. And if you deal with North Korea, you have
stop.
If I can finish what I'm saying.
Hold on, no. You just answered my question.
Never mind.
Hold on, it's Dinus talking. Passport King, don't interrupt.
Dinus, I sent the $10, so you can't share this stuff.
Y'all got to stop talking. Appreciate Street Media. I got it. Thank you. Let Passport King don't interrupt Teddy on politics. Go ahead, Teddy.
Yeah, so you said that North Korea's military is, can just overrun South Korea's military. The South Korea is allied with America. And if you deal with North Korea, you have to deal with China. That's why they leave North Korea alone, even America. He was saying in Trump's first term that North Korea can't have nuclear weapons. Well, they got them now. But he hasn't said anything about North Korea. Why? Because of China. So that's where you're wrong with that. So, but going back to my original question and the topic of the discussion, what's the problem when there's a status of forces agreement with America in Ghana right now, and they have military in Ghana right now, and EU is not allowed to, or they have a problem with the defense pact with the EU? I'm not understanding. Maybe somebody could tell me about that.
Look, the problem is they're not credible. Yeah, they've got a track record of not being credible, and we've got to take that into account. Yeah, when you're making decisions, who's credible? Who has any other nation, such as China, North Korea? Have they ever invaded us and made us slaves?
But you live in the UK right now.
Who's doing good on the continent? Hold on. Just bear with me a second. Who is doing something credible on a continent as it stands at the moment? Who's doing credible things?
To me, no.
Who's showing some type of credibility?
It doesn't mean anything to me.
Sorry?
Who's the aggressor right now?
Until we do it.
Which country is the most aggressive right now? You doing talks and you blowing people up. What are these guys talking about?
What are they talking about?
I don't know what they're talking about.
They're being naive. They're not being serious, are they? Yeah, they're not looking at what the picture, what's happening around the world right now, and applying.
I ain't come here to play. I ain't come here to talk and play no games, man. They're aggressive. You cannot trust these people. It's a fact. You could go all around, but why North Korea invade South?
Bro, what is America doing in the Middle East? That's not their region.
Exactly.
Don't you understand?
Where you live, Babo? Where you live?
I'm in Texas. I'm in Texas.
So the people in Texas, are they good to you or they're bad to you?
But the people is good. They got good people. They got bad people.
There's good people and bad people everywhere, bro. There's good people and bad people everywhere.
There's good and bad people everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I was in Tulsa. I was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Hold on. I was in Tulsa, Oklahoma just 2 weeks ago talking to this lady.
About you and where you live. Is the system in Texas good to you or bad to you?
It's both. I can't. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. It's just the way it goes. Everything can be good all the time.
Bro, what are you talking about? There's so much murders that go on with the police brutality and everything else. What the hell are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying.
What are you talking about? There's so much things that go on. Some of them are not even accounted for. What are you talking about?
I don't know what these guys are talking about.
You need to stop this, you know. You need to stop this. This naive.
Listen, you can't say the devil is bad and you live with the devil.
What? Why not? People live all over. People live all over, man. People live all over. We live all over. You remember, America has deals.
Hey, guy, I got some other. I need to pass the mic. Let me read these super chats. I got to pass the world image. Baba Lico, thank you for Tanella Holla. RZ Rules, thank you for Tanella Holla. Go ahead, world image. And after that, I got to pass it to him.
I'm just saying, like, Ghana is going to do what Ghana wants to do, right? So all we're gonna do is just sit there and just talk. Nobody on here is gonna change anything. Nobody on here is going to do anything. All we are doing is we're just blabbing and back and forth, arguing with each other because everybody got something to say right now, right? Most of the people that come online, I know for a fact when they were in school, they never joined no debate classes. They were not debating. They were not writing no S. They're not doing nothing. But right now, because the internet is afforded to everybody come online, everybody got something to say. Most people don't read, they don't write, they don't research, they don't do nothing, they just come online, they argue. We're here talking about Ghana. What we're discussing right now, what impact is it going to have on Ghana's decision? Nothing, right? Most of us
the more the public's aware, it opens up their mind.
Give me 1 second.
You got dialogue.
Most of us that are talking right now, we're outside of Africa, right? And the people we live with, we're saying they're so bad. They're so bad, but we just can't leave them. They're terrible. They're terrible people. We can't do no business with them.
It's not the people.
But they are though.
It's not the people. We're not against the people.
It's factual.
We're not against the people in America. We're not against the people. The people we have nothing to do. Y'all thinking because we say America, we talking about everybody in America. The people ain't got nothing to do. We have good people that saying they shouldn't bomb Iran.
What's the issue?
It's not about the Iran. It's about the government system.
Hold on. Roll image, you got a minute. Guys, don't interrupt them. Go ahead, roll image.
So if the people, there's a group of people in America that control the system, controls the government. The government is not running by itself. The government is not some robot. It's not some spirit. It's the people. So again, everybody's playing games. Okay, somebody's on here saying, "Oh, you're playing game." Listen, we need to cut the shit and just be real with each other. You understand? Somebody on here was saying, you have to do business with somebody, right? That's one of the business. Does anybody know what Ghana's
but with the right people?
You can't
with
sit
the
there
right
and say
people,
who is right
bro.
and who's wrong. You don't know the agreements, that the deals and all that. We're just talking out of our asses right now. Everybody's saying what they think. You understand?
It works on facts. It works on facts. You have to put the facts.
So what's the facts you have?
So the fact is Trump wasn't having an agreement with Iran. Trump wasn't having an agreement with Iran before about nuclear weapons.
Thank you.
Isn't that a fact? Wasn't Trump having an agreement with Iran and he didn't know that was going to blow them up? What are you guys talking about on here, man? You guys are tripping on here, man.
You need to go back to Jamaica.
No.
Tripping. Wasn't Trump having talks with Iran? Did they know they was going to be bombed?
What does that have to do with Ghana?
That's what I'm trying to show you.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm trying to show you. Come on, man. You guys.
You know how many years Ghana's been in business
That
with
shows
America?
you.
That's
That
mean it's
shows
not
you're
in
not credible.
How
void.
many years?
It's
Ghana's
not
been in
credible.
business with America?
That shows you he's not a credible
This
ally.
guy's tripping,
Do you
man.
understand?
This guy
You're just
tripping.
playing
You
games, man. You're
tripping, man.
naive.
I'm just trying to tell you. We're just here arguing
Stop trying to
because
make
we don't
sense.
like America or we don't like this. Listen, again, nobody on here is going to influence anything Ghana has to do. Okay, at the end of the day, we're gonna come off this live. You're gonna go back to your little box you're in. I'm in my little box, and that's it. So
Look,
you over there,
there's a thing called public awareness. Do you know that?
So
there's a
how
thing
many
called
people in
public
here? What
awareness.
public are you speaking to? How many people are in here? What's
It
the
doesn't
public?
matter. Word spreads.
This is
That's
reaching
why I
the
keep
public.
telling
This is not
people
reaching the
to
public. This is
like and
Ghana.
share.
Public
That's why we
awareness.
keep telling people like and share, so the word goes out, so people are more
Listen, it don't
conscious
matter how
and
many likes
aware.
and shares we do on here.
You
We're
saying
not
all that?
reaching
You
the
saying all
masses.
that because Andrew Holmes has been signing deals with America. That's why you've been saying that. You've been talking all this nonsense because Andrew Holmes in Jamaica has been signing deals and doing all these things, and the people are suffering. You talking because I know. I be there all the time. So you can't talk. You start talking. We know it's nothing they do. Okay, it's credible. Everything as they do. They're talking with Venezuela, they bomb them. They're talking with Iran, they bomb them. So what are you talking about, man? It's not incredible.
All right, guys. Roll limits. You got 30 seconds.
They
Don't
bomb
interrupt.
Nigeria?
Don't
They
interrupt.
bomb Nigeria? Talking about.
Go ahead, roll limits. You got 30 seconds. Don't interrupt them.
Well, I just wanted to know the truth behind Ghana's EU defense deal. They are not telling you this. What are they not telling us? Because I even found out about this through your channel, Dinosaur. Again, some stuff I just tune out because it just nonsense don't really make any sense to me. So what are they not telling us?
No, I'm saying I agree. I don't agree with it, but I understand the EU deal. Like, again, I don't agree with it, but I understand. And the reason why is because of the jihadis that are in the AES and in Togo now. And in Burkina Faso and in Nigeria. And Ghana's protecting their best interest. They're protecting their borders, and they need help. So this jihadism doesn't spread. So I get it. I don't agree with it, but I understand.
There's a lot of foreigners in Ghana that are doing a lot of crime. There's a lot of, mostly Nigerians, they're doing a lot of bullshit in Ghana. A lot. So, and then you have people like tomato people, the women that go to Burkina Faso to bring tomato to sell. It's mostly women. They went there, they kill them.
Right, exactly.
Look,
so I get it. So I get it. So I get it. So I get it. So I understand.
Ghana is trying to, again, I understand. Do I really care for it? Again, it has to play out for us to know what it is. Nobody knows anything on here.
That's
Nobody
not true.
has any facts to give.
That's not true.
Terrorists, though.
Nigeria isn't
Hey,
America.
I gotta pass the mic. Go ahead, M. Unmute yourself, M.
All right, what's up? Thank you. I want to concur and agree with everything that was said by Passport King, but I wouldn't necessarily be as blunt to call the African people immature, emotional, or what else you say, childlike. But I will say that Africa don't really believe in their children. They don't believe in their people because they have excellent accountants, scientists in America, all over the world, that they could use to bring, or to at least say you could come and work in these industries and develop our industries. What I see from Africa is they look towards the white man as the key to their salvation and say, you come defend us, you come develop us, you do this for us. And they don't really see the detriment in that. And they don't really see the detriment in just focusing on natural resources instead of internal capacity, or what they call intrinsic value, like us in America, as Black Americans. After slavery was over, I heard somebody say, okay, the white man didn't live up to his agreement to the 40 acres and a mill. If you did research, you will know that when Lincoln got taken down, Andrew Johnson came in and he repealed the executive order for 40 acres of the mill and a mule, and he pardoned all of the Confederate soldiers, and he tried to get rid of the Civil Rights Act, 13th Amendment, 14th Amendment. But because the Congress was a super majority Republican, they was able to overwrite all of his vetoes, and they forced all of the southern states to ratify the 14th Amendment and whatnot. But what I noticed is, I ain't gonna be too long because I know other people might want to talk. What I noticed is the African people talk about how much they didn't study calculus and they were so advanced before they got here. But if you study calculus, that's a reasoning tool, a problem solving tool. So if you actually applied this science to your mind, you will know that, because how they talk is they say Black Americans had nothing to do with them being here, had nothing to do with their success. But when you look at mathematics, you got a constant and you got a leading coefficient, right? And they have to have common factors, right? So what common factor in American history was the white man looking for Africa to bring some type of intellectual capacity? What I understand is in 1808, it was a black code that was that banned the importation of Africans. It wasn't until 1965 in which Africans were allowed to mass migrate. So in between that, there's no basis for the mentality. And I'm saying that they have, like, the white man want them to be here. It had everything to do with the struggle for civil rights, the Civil War, Dr. King, and then you. So how can you just ignore all of that information? Y'all use y'all don't use deductive reason, you use inductive reasoning, which is like superstition, and you project preconceived notions and then try to determine that that's the truth. Deductive reasoning is you looking at all of the facts, all of the evidence, and you drawing out the conclusion. And there's no evidence in United States history in which Africa was desired. It was the Black Americans that wanted the Africans here. And they're talking about Zimmerman. Okay, you came here, we thought you was going to help us, help our numbers grow, but you looking at us like you siding with them. Like, what was the point of us bringing you here if you're going to side with the enemy? And why don't you take out Zimmerman? There's a lot of African people in Houston. Why don't you want to aid and assist us? That's what I'm saying. Y'all saying that a Black American should be happy because we close in proximity to white people. If you look at any type of logic, if you actually was a mathematician, you would say that the white man should be thankful for being close to us, because most of the world's technology comes from Black people, Black American people. But in that superstitious white man is God, you saying you're gonna ignore all of the evidence and say because they white, Black people should be close, and you're gonna get close to them, and then you're not looking at the fact that we actually are the source of the white people power, but y'all are too blind to see that. And what I was saying about Passport King, he's saying it's some immaturity, emotionalism, and he's saying that, what else he say? Whatever. I could go back and listen to it, but I agree with what he was saying. And when they listen to a highly intelligent brother like Passport King, I noticed that they get some type of anger and they start teaming up. But you can't. That must have been a case in the 1500s. It was some type of animosity that you decided to just get rid of the people for whatever reason. But I kind of see vestiges of that when y'all hear certain people talk and it just the anger come out. But I think Africa need to look into themselves and invest in their children and allow some of these African people to do development instead of always running to the Europeans and always talking about America as if it's a white man. But we in America too. You know, most white people came in the Great Migration, Ellis Island. We've been here a lot longer than them. But the blindness, the projection of your superstition, your stereotypes is clouding your judgment, and you still start using some of that scientific knowledge and start applying it to your mind, and then you'll be able to decipher the truth, you know.
But America is a white man and a white woman. That's America. America is not
See,
a
that's
black
what I'm
man and a
saying.
black woman.
That's what you believe, but it's not
No,
true.
it's not a belief.
So ignorant.
The
And you know
power
why you
structure in
just said
America
that?
is not
Because
a
you
black
see
man.
that proves that you Africans worship white people and you
No,
project that on
Joseph,
us Black
I'm far
Americans.
from
You talk
that.
about, us Black Americans, FBs, we want to be close to white people. First of all,
No,
we're
I
in
never
the
said nothing.
nation
I don't
built
know
by our
nothing about that.
ancestors that we built. And not that we
No, I
brag
know.
about having, not that we brag about having white DNA. It's in our DNA from slavery. So how can we so-called be worshiping what's in our blood, even though it got there in ways we don't like.
I hope
See,
you guys
y'all
caught
the
what he's trying to
ones
say.
who want to be near the
Hey,
white man
hey,
and be their
passport.
pet.
Hey, passport.
Yes,
Check
sir.
it out,
That's not
passport.
true. That's not true.
Now hold on. Hey, hold on. Let me say this. Hey, passport. Nah, I get. See, this is the thing. What he trying to do, right? The brother when he said that Americans are white man and white woman, right? Let me ask the African brother a question.
Yeah.
When you see a Puerto Ricans, y'all don't call Puerto Rican Spaniards. Y'all call them Puerto Ricans. You don't call a Dominican Spaniards. You call them Dominicans because
I got
here
you. But
in
what
this
I'm
hemisphere.
saying is,
Hold on. Let me finish my point because you don't know what I'm about to say.
Go on.
Here in this hemisphere, they were created here through the mixtures of different things. So now in America, yeah, we are of some African descent, but we also got European, Native American. So that's why a lot of Africans, when they come here, they say that we're not Africans.
I
There's
wasn't even
thousands of
talking
them
about your
that came here and
genes
said
and
that.
your blood and your
No,
mix.
but you made the statement. What I'm saying is, I'm old enough to know whenever African make that statement about America as a
Let
white
me
man,
clarify.
and
Let me make you guys
go ahead,
hear me out. Okay.
go ahead.
What I was trying to say is, if you say China, there's an image that comes to mind, right? If you say Korea, India, and all that, there's an image that comes to mind. When you say America, there's also an image that comes to mind. That's not the black man. That's not the black woman.
So,
That's
but let me ask you then.
Hold on. So,
okay, go ahead.
The gentleman was saying that you guys are also in America. We know you're in America, right? But you're not the one in control of America. You're not the one dictating for America. That's all I was saying. So we know you're
No, but
here.
you made this point. But listen to what I'm saying to you. So you can get an outstanding understanding.
But
You
did you
just
hear
made this
my point
point.
of view? Do you see where
No,
I was coming from?
Listen, I heard you. I'm going to respond to that. But what I'm saying to you is, and you making that point, you made his point. And let me qualify my statement.
Okay.
Because you, as a black person, as an African, when you see he's telling you all of our accomplishments that we did here that created America, that move America. You don't even recognize or see that. When you see America, you see. Listen to me here. Listen, bro. Listen to what I'm saying. As long as you listening to respond, you're not going to hear me. I need you. I understand what you're trying to say. I get it. When I trust me, I understand what you're saying. The problem is we trying to get you to understand what we're saying. The reason why we can't advance as a people globally, because when you look over to America, you see America as these people in charge. You don't see the people that actually resisted and actually influenced. When you in your country, you looked over the hill, you saw
Why
us.
are you resisting?
Huh?
Why are you resisting?
That right there. Now listen to what I'm saying. That right there is the issue. We were resisting. We was resisting to live. We was resisting so we can be. And the reason,
So you understand what I'm saying? That the power.
No, but you don't understand what I'm saying. But this is the problem when we talking to some of you Africans. Listen to what I'm saying. Sometimes, man, y'all put blinders on when you talking to Black Americans. I'm gonna dumb it. Listen to what I'm saying. I understand you're trying to say.
You got 30 seconds. I got to pass the mic. Go ahead.
All right. I'm gonna try to get it as fast as I can. We know that they're in power. The problem that we have is that's what you guys run to. You run right past us because you keep talking about them in power. Not understanding this, we created the power for them, and then we fought for you guys to come here so we can get our numbers up, so we can have a defense mechanism against us. When y'all come here, all you talk about is the white man.
You gave
but street media, can I come
That's
in?
not true.
No. I got to pass the mic to Wildflower. Go
Then
ahead,
I just
Wildflower.
wanted to respond to him.
No, I got to pass the mic. Well, go ahead, Wildflower.
Thanks, Janice. Hi, everyone. Interesting discussion. There's so many things that's happening at the moment. This issue with Ghana, signing this thing with EU, it really just, I don't know, it made me lose hope in Ghana. I actually thought Ghana was one of those countries in Africa that was trying to get sovereignty for our nations, to kind of be a really good example. And but I really thought John was the president. Obviously, John Mahama was really a different kind of president. that he was able to see that, how we need to take Africa in a different direction. But having to do this security deal and knowing that, 1 minute he's really trying to, understand the Sahel Alliance, what they're trying to do, and then he's trying to go to the EU to sign something. It just feels like it was a bit of backstabbing. And obviously, I've heard that, there's obviously the concerns around this jihadists, but I'm watching a lot what's happening in the Sahel, and the guys are really handling them. And, and I'm really quite upset with Ghana because I've always loved Ghana. I've always felt that it was a really good example to different African nations. But when I see them, skinning and grinning with people who don't want the best for Africa, which is the European Union and these other Western powers, it makes me realize that, I have to have better discernment. Like a lot of these African presidents, they will talk a really good game like, yeah, we're pro-sovereignty, Black empowerment, Pan-Africanism.
Politics.
And then I see them in, Washington, Western capitals, shaking hands and doing these type of deals. It's quite disappointing. And I really hope I'm wrong about the president of Ghana, that there's something that he's not telling us, or maybe he's playing a different game with them. But I feel really hurt for the Sahel guys, because I really thought maybe they had Ghana as a friend, because they are really now being surrounded. American troops are in Nigeria surrounding them. They're in Ivory Coast. They're in Ghana surrounding them. And I'm not really deeply religious, but I really do pray for those three guys, and I hope they make it through. And I'm disappointed in Ghana, because when he came to the United Nations and he brought that slavery thing, I was really quite proud. And then I was really happy until I got water thrown on my face and I see him do something completely different. So I'm hoping that this is some kind of like, there's something more to it, but I don't know, and I'm really
It's disheartening. It's absolutely disheartening.
It's very upsetting for me. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like I really thought this president of Ghana was a different type to Nana Akufo, the other guy that I didn't really like.
Actually. It's just emotions. You guys, it's just emotions. It's politics.
And I really thought he was a kind of different president, looking at what we really need and where Africa needs to go. I mean, getting into bed with people who never had the best for us. I don't even want to do small deals with them. I want us to be completely independent, and I know we can do it. We don't need them to secure our security. We can do things on our own. And I feel like the more we lean onto them, they use that as leverage against us. And I feel like this Ghana thing is backstabbing the Sahel Alliance guys, and they don't deserve it. I'm a big supporter of the AAS. I mean, they can't do no wrong in my eyes, but I feel like I really thought Ghana might be a friend, but then he isn't. But that's all I need to say.
All right, let me pass the mic to
Good job, sister.
Say James.
Oh.
It's
Hi,
Say
Dan.
James. After Say James is you, Okoye.
Hi, Dennis. Thanks for having me. If I'm hearing you quite clear, Dennis, so are you retracting the statement you made about swiping terrorists for money? Are you retracting it officially?
From what I've gathered, so my sources on the ground said they didn't hear about it, and then Mali said, well, they didn't deny it. They just said they didn't hear anything about it. They're not sure.
There was an official state. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I mean, dude, I don't.
No, we go by official. You live in America here. We live under democracy. If the U.S. government make a statement, so that's the statement we go by. So we're not going to lower the standard for Africans. Let's not do that. The officials in Mali made a statement. Let's go by that.
Yeah, they
let's not go by hearsay.
They made a statement. They said that didn't happen. So as of right now, it didn't happen.
Okay, thank you. So again, we're talking about security agreements, right? Everybody that's on the panel, you can go back and listen to the Ibrahim Traore had an interview, I believe it was 3 days ago, when he talked about security agreement with the Western world. As far as we are concerned as Burkina Faso, we will never have a partnership with the European again, ever. We're going to train our own military. We're going to secure our border by ourselves. That's the end of the story. So any country surrounding us that wants to have a security agreement with the Western world, for us, we can only have an opinion. There are sovereign nations that can go ahead and do that, but they will also have to respect our opinion when it comes to certain partners that will be bringing on the continent next to us. Like especially the French. We are not partnering with them. We know exactly their intention in West Africa. So we're not going to sit well in Burkina Faso thinking Ghana has our best intentions. I don't know. I can't go to bed thinking Dramani is going to be able to, contain the damage if something was to happen to the AES. I don't. Although I see his great intentions, when it comes to security, I can't trust no one. So what Ghana is doing, we on the board, we on the fence on that. But the Ghanaians can see exactly what the AES is feeling right now, because French is our enemy. So there is no way Burkinabe can go to bed thinking his enemy is next door to him. We can't have that. So if that's what they want to do, that's fine. So again, we talking about Russia, right? Again, go back and listen to the interview of Traore. What we do in Burkina Faso, we only get logistic from Russia. That's it. And they come there, they train our people how to use them, and when they're done, they go back. And I was listening to when you were reading a report when it comes to Mali. I think Mali is doing about the same thing. So we are not using the Russian to fight our battles. But I do understand why Mali want them there, because Mali has Algeria. They got they have one of the dangerous border. They have Algeria that's not collaborating with them. They have Mauritania. So you see what I'm saying? So we have a lot of terrorists that are well-trained overseas that are coming through their borders. So they may kind of use the expertise coming from the Russians to take care of that. Same for Nigeria. That's the same thing. They have Libya, where it all started. So I can't blame this country for having these task force there to help the nation for the time being. But on the long run, we're not going to use them. We don't use them to fight. We are too proud. Listen to Traore. We don't mix Russians in Burkina Faso to fight terror. We don't do that because of the pride that we have. Once they fight for you, they can claim your land later. That's a fact. That's what the European do. And again, Darnus, the European had Africa, West Africa, the AES for 10 years. When they were leaving, what was the situation in the AES? You can look it up. It wasn't rosy. That wasn't succeeding. It was a failure. So let's not sit here and pretend that when you bring a partner, then it becomes the fault or the faults of the Africans. I take the blame. Our country can take the blame. We will have to take the blame. But we're going to have to blame the partners. This is something that you guys don't do here. They forced our hands to accept them in the Sahel. That's what happened. They came. We didn't ask for foot on the ground. They requested that. Okay. So why don't you guys blame them? Those Africans sit on here talking about you can't go to only one partner. The NATO forces, how many countries consists of the NATO forces? All of them were in Mali. All of them. We give them over 10 years, a decade. They haven't solved the problem. Now we bring in Russia, and they said, no, we can't bring Russians there. If we bring Russians, they're going to leave. They invited themselves. Invited themselves. That's what happened. So if Ghana want to do business with them, no, that's fine. Our logics here in the Sahel, any country that sided with the United Nations to destabilize Libya is not going to partner with us fight terrorism. That's logic. Any human being would understand. If somebody attack you, you can't have him in a peace deal. Because they had an idea why they did that in the first place. Why do you use them to combat terrorism? First of all, Donis, you talk about an African dude was talking about Kenya. Let's talk about that. So because Kenya is a success story, everywhere should be the same like Kenya. So when these people went to help Kenya, were they calling the people attacking Kenya partners or jihad, all kind of glory names and putting them on the news and doing their propaganda for them? That's what they were doing for Kenyans. So because that's a deal we got. So we can't compare the two. Whatever they were doing in Kenya, I don't know. If they protected Kenya, that's fine. Good luck. Thank you for doing that for Kenyans. But our deal was different. As we can see, even this week, there's a committee in France that is investigating some of the journalists that are doing the propaganda of the terrorists in France. French people doing that. ECOWAS fell on that. ECOWAS never brought France and told them, why are you doing this? All these countries have French stations in their country. They have all the media, French media station in their country. None of them dare to tell the French, this is not right. You can't do their propaganda on your channels. The French people are doing that for Africans. And you telling us that ECOWAS is better. These people they're not trying to fight terrorism. They don't care about it. No matter how you play it, these people want our countries to be taken by terrorists, and they will never protect us. So we are not in the same league. We are really fighting terrorism. I don't know what these people are doing. I don't know what Nigeria is doing. I don't know what Benin is doing. I don't know what Ivory Coast is doing. But I can guarantee you, people that live in those countries, they will tell you our government ain't trying to fight for terrorism. They will tell you that. If they were trying to fight terrorism, they will link up. They will link up with us.
Where did the terrorists come from, St. James?
Where?
Yeah, in Burkina Faso. Where did they come from?
Can I come on now?
Many places. We have terrorists that come from West Africa, Central Africa.
But
Some
yeah,
of them
in
even
West
come
Africa.
from.
Where?
I'm sorry.
In West Africa too. So where did they come from?
I'm not getting the question very well.
No, you're saying I didn't even know there's terrorists in Burkina Faso. We share border with Burkina Faso. There's
Right.
people that's in. Hold on, I'm just trying to find out. The
Sure.
The terrorists you have in Burkina, are
Mhm.
they natives or the outsiders?
Many of them are natives. We have natives. A lot of
So I'm
natives. A
asking,
lot of
how do
foreigners.
they become terrorists?
You're gonna have to ask them. I'm not a terrorist.
Are you
So
in Burkina or you're outside
I,
Burkina?
I'm outside right now.
Okay.
All right.
So
All right,
if you're part of terrorism, you can.
I got to pass the mic to Raquel.
Right.
Go ahead, Raquel.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. And the speaker who just spoke, thank you for the passion and some of the insights. I'll address two things because clearly many of us here speaking, and I want to address the sister who talked a little bit about being disappointed in Ghana and so on and so forth. I feel what you're saying, but I think a lot of us, always, unfortunately, BU, FBA, BU, African, one of the things that I think cuts across for all of us is Africans and Black people, we don't like to do research. We like to just shoot from our hip. We're talking, we're emotional, we're saying all kinds of things that are not based in reality. Okay, let me just say a few things here. I am in Ghana right now. It's about midnight or something. And I am plugged into different aspects of Ghana. That's why I always come and I don't show my face because I don't want people knowing who I am. The few things I like to say for the FBA people who think that we Africans are so stupid and so dumb and we keep running to masters in Europe and all that. A lot of that is you're stuck in 1970, 1980. The revolutions that have happened in the AES and in other African countries all over did not happen overnight and they were not televised. These has been systems that are being broken over time. And I want to tell you that colonialism, neo-colonialism, these are all systems, and you dismantle systems without necessarily creating chaos. You can do things strategically. You can walk and chew gum and punch somebody on your right and do all these things and move forward. So if is moving in a certain way that you don't understand, you really need to read and find out. And there's so much out there. One, to tell you that there is nothing happening in Ghana in this particular dispensation of John Mahama that the AES, Burkina Faso, they are not aware of. Ghana has a top military man, and I'll name him because I need you. He is somebody who is public. I will name other people. Larry Bevelow, he is the special. He was appointed last year to mediate between Ghana and the AES. He's back and forth there. He talks, he implements, they strategize together. The AES knows what Ghana is doing for security. There's a reason why Benin, Nigeria, and Abidjan are all onto the side. When he took over power, a lot of the destabilizers who were here in Ghana were all moved out. Within a month, they had to go. Now, this particular EU deal that was signed, if you look at the agreement, it's for logistics, it's for planning, but there's no foot on the ground, there's no armament. The Ghanaians were very specific. Look, if you can sit here in your armchairs in the US and talk about, well, they could have done this, and terrorism is a problem. St. James will tell you, and I have done some work in Burkina Faso. The attacks on these villages, people's lives are it's real. So Ghana is saying that we don't want this to cross over. It's because they have intelligence that these people want to destabilize West Africa. It's not only about the AES. It's about control of resources that are becoming mega China. It's about Russia. All of those players are in there. So if you're going to say, I want to defend myself and I'm going to come to it, that can only happen if the African countries themselves can put together resources and put together a joint effort. I don't know what they have on Tinubu. I don't know what they have on that guy over there in Burkina, and certainly not Talon. These people are not coming together. If African countries came together and attack this as a regional group, Haram will not be doing what it's doing in northern Nigeria. So we do have a problem. And Ghana is saying, look, we are maintaining a certain stability, and we can talk to our brothers in the south, which they are doing. And they say we can represent them. We can be a safer buffer, and other also we can maintain our sovereignty as a nation, because there are issues of language. Ghana is English speaking. The other countries are French speaking. That means there's a little bit of barrier to integrating all these systems immediately, because you have francophone countries with Ghana right in the middle. You have to jump 2 countries to get to Nigeria. Guys, I speak these things because I want us to be more strategic in thinking. I want us to step back and look at Africa and say, I understand what's going on. I'm not someone who has not lived in the US. I've lived in the US for longer than I've lived in my own country. I came back here to start a company to do what Pan-Africanists do. My partners are Americans. I have Black Americans, by the way, and African Americans. They are not SBA people. We are working with Kenya. We're working with Burkina. We're working with. We're doing these things because we truly believe that in order to make change in Africa, we have to be the change, and we have to do both things. But that doesn't mean we have to put blinders on and act like little children. No, Ghana did this and Ghana did that. Ghana is a country. Ghana is not your home. It's not your parents'
Can I
backyard.
give you a quick question, please? Can I give you a
Yes,
quick
please.
question?
Sure.
So my thought is, during Joe Rolling in 1981, when he took a coup d'etat, he
Yeah.
worked with the Russian and the Cuban and the Libyans,
And the
and why
Libyans, yeah.
Ghana was a failed state. So my thought is, I don't have problem working with the Westerners, but I don't have any success story of the Russians. They would work with Guinea. They had, even up to this time, they have a lot of Russians in Guinea. Guinea was a failed state, and Russians influenced the Guineans to let French go and let the French currency go and use franc Guinea, right, which was a very successful. But
Is
when they
that what is the
started,
question?
right, so when they started writing, doing everything in Madingo language, they let French go. It was a big setback in Guinean educational system. So my question now is, I don't have any success story of Russians. If the Ghanaians are working with the West, and at the same time the Burkinabe are working with the Russians, how can you say they're both working together? That's the part I don't understand.
See,
What
first of
is
all,
the, because
I
that's
just
more of
said
like a
to
proxy
you,
war. That's more of like a proxy
are you
war. If
asking a question or you telling me
Yeah,
something?
I'm
Because I
asking a
want to
question.
correct something.
If you say they're working
First of
in
all,
both ends, the Russians are in, majority of them are
sir, you have to
Wagner
be
group.
quiet to get you have
Rokoya,
to
the
get my
question is
answer.
leading. The
So
question is leading. Is one
Okay.
factor that is being basically what it's doing. You already telling you
no,
that
let me
the
ask my
Russians
question.
are a
Don't
failure.
interrupt me, please. Don't interrupt me.
Okay.
CD.
Please ask the
Ask your
question,
question.
please.
Yeah,
Ask
don't
your question.
interrupt me. So my question is, if the Russians, if the Burkinabe and the Ghanaians are working together, how can Ghana stand or deal with the West at the same time the Burkinabe are working with the Russians? That's the part I don't understand.
Okay.
I've not seen that working in any part of the war.
Let
What,
me tell you what the thing is. Ghana is a sovereign country. Ghana works through a special envoy. I gave you his name, a senior military
Every country is a
person,
sovereign
retired
country.
guy.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm saying. So if Ghana can be sovereign, Ghana can have its own interest and still work with the Burkina Faso regime with their own self-interest. Are you trying to tell me that the interest of France is the same as the interest of Spain? They're all they're all in the European continent, and they're all in the European Union.
No, you're making wrong comparison. These are all
Guys,
NATO
we gotta
countries,
pass the
right?
mic, man. We're
So
waiting,
I'm
man.
talking about the
Yeah.
Russians.
Hold on, real quick. If you can answer, okay, we do gotta pass the mic. Real quick.
We're talking about the EU and we're talking about Russia. They're two separate things. Do you think there are no Russians in Ghana? Do you think they're not, just because they're not, an announcement is not being made? Please be a little bit more
You have to
savvy.
you have to clarify that.
I gotta pass the mic. Go ahead,
I'll
Elvis.
tell you what the facts are. You can go research it yourself. Ghana and Burkina Faso have a special liaison working with them right now. That's all I can tell you. And his name is Larry.
I gotta pass the mic. Go ahead, Elvis.
Sure.
All right. Thank you, Donis. Hello to the panel and the chat. And happy Easters to all those believing Christians. Christ is risen. Amen. Look, let me say this, right? We have to understand that the Sahel states, especially Burkina Faso, is an infant democracy, right? When you look at their strategy, just my point of view,
Yeah, I don't know.
it's like people who are trying to be a pawn and think that when they align themselves with Russia, France won't mess with them, or the Western countries won't mess with them. We, like CD said, we've seen this playbook before. Russia is never going to bust a grape for you. The best thing they can give you is what they're doing for Iran right now. They'll give you intelligence, but they're not going to bring planes for you to
You are
fly.
solidifying my point. That's what I did. That's what I just said.
1 second, please. They're not gonna put planes in the air for you if France want to come and bomb the hell out of you. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna put warships on your shores if somebody wants to come and invade you. So Russia being there is just like, come and stay in my house, and maybe you'll make the robbers or the people that's gonna come attack me scared because you're a big guy. But really they're not gonna do anything. And second of all, when it comes to terrorism, if anybody knows the history of Russia and Chechnya,
do you have any reference to what you just said? That Russian ain't doing nothing in the Sahel? I can put the links in the chat for you.
It's my time.
No, it's not an argument. I'm trying to help you understand because you are leading us to the wrong way.
Can you be quiet so I can speak?
Again, no, you Elvis.
Easter Sunday. We're not arguing.
James, when I first came on, Russia has completely went in a different direction, have a different strategy. Their hands.
No, Donis, you said you got people in Mali, right? You said you got people in Mali, right? Ask your people in Mali when they went towards the border of Algeria, what the Russia did for them. Ask the people in Niger when they're trying to take down the airport, what the Russian did. Don't listen to Elvis. They don't know anything.
Hey, James, you're not going to talk over me. When was this Algeria border?
10. Go 2014. The attack in
Tezawa about 2014. Come on, say James. Now
you want facts? I gave you facts.
I'll give you the Niger. I'll give you Niger, but the terrorists overran the damn airport. They got to the airport.
No, did they take the airport? Brother, did they take the airport?
But they got to the airport.
That's the final. What matters is the end of the day. Elvis.
All right, say James. They were on the tarmac yelling Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar.
That's fine. That's fine.
I mean, come on.
That's fine. At the end of the day, when everybody went to bed in Niger, where they there on the bed got killed. That's what matters.
Bro.
Have some respect, right?
Go ahead, Elvis.
When it comes to the case, man, that's a make-up story, man. That's not true. Let's listen to Elvis.
When it comes to the case in point, right? Look at Syria. What is his name? What's the guy name? The dictator that left, Assad, right?
Assad.
He give Russia billions of dollars to protect him. At the end of the day, what happened? He fell. Even if you look back to the 60s and in 80s with these African countries, Mozambique, other countries that aligned themselves with Russia, what happened? They fell. Even Kwame Nkrumah in Ghana, he was a communist, Marxist kind of guy. Went to one of those communist black country, Romania, and his people, deposed him. Russia couldn't save him. The one country you can say that has some success.
To Ghana to save anybody in Ghana. What are you talking about?
1
I
second,
don't
please.
even know why these
I
guys are
mean, guys,
doing this.
why can't you guys let me have my 2 minutes and be done?
No, because you lie too much. That's the thing.
And
No, you're
James,
saying the truth.
you're being too
When is he
emotional.
lying?
Relax, bro.
You're
My
saying the
last point.
truth.
Yeah, my last point here, I would say this, right? Look, Ghana is a stable country. They haven't been ruled. I know they had Jerry Rawlings for a while, but they haven't been ruled by a dictator for 27 years. They're not just freshly coming out of dictatorship. This is a stable country that has a strong economy, have a lot of sophisticated and educated people in their country. They've been making good decisions, obviously, by the way their country is ran. So for somebody who is just coming off the block and coming into from a dictatorship to a quick, a brief democracy back to a dictatorship, it's trying to dictate to a country like Ghana, who is sophisticated and who knows how to run a country and have a stable country for decades. It's out of
Ghana
place.
was colonized by
Ghana is the
France.
teacher of those guys in the Sahel. And one link that we have to draw is that most of these terrorists come from the Sahel region. Even from northern Nigeria, all the way cutting across to Nigeria, go all the way across to Burkina
Donest,
Faso and so forth.
again the
They come
lies.
from that.
Again the
1
lies.
second, bro. They come from that Sahel region. You'll be hard pressed to find
Oh my
terrorists
goodness.
running roughshod in the southern part of the Guinea
Listen,
coast. When you
have
go
you
to
seen
Guinea,
have you
shout out
seen
to
the
my hold on,
people
let me
that
finish
train
my
this?
statement, bro.
Okay,
Stop
but
it.
please go ahead.
Shout
Please
out to
go.
my Guinean brothers who are majority Muslims, but they're not engaging in terrorism. They're not terrorizing their brothers across the border. Even in
Burkina
Ivory Coast,
secure Guinea back
we
in the
have
day. We
bro. I
secure
mean, let me
Guinea.
speak. I'm just wrapping up. 30 seconds. Even in Ivory Coast, where the population is about 50-50 or maybe 51% Muslim, they're not going out there and being terrorists in West Africa, especially in the southern part of West
Yeah,
Africa.
because they're improving the life for these people.
Donis,
Exactly.
can I rebut for 2 minutes?
So
Just 2
I'll
minutes.
pass the mic.
Just 2
Since
minutes.
James is
Just
apoplectic,
2 minutes,
I'll
please.
pass the mic. Let him see what he was saying.
Please, what? Just 2 minutes.
You're interrupting them. Don't interrupt.
Sure, no, please. Okay, go ahead.
Elvis. Oh God, Jesus, Elvis,
Go
you got
ahead.
1 minute. Don't
Okay.
nobody
No,
interrupt.
I don't want to go too far. I think the brother is apoplectic. Let him have his
No.
thing.
You see, Donis, I hate liars who live. They live to lie. Someone like Elvis, right? He doesn't know what's going on in the Sahel. He doesn't. He can't even read the information that comes from the Sahel. He has to rely on lies to come on here. So when you see the AES arresting terrorists who are whites, they are not even from the Sahel, coming from the Syria region. And you sit on here and say these terrorists are coming from the Sahel. What assessment do you have to tell us they come from the Sahel? What
Well, we see
information
the
did you read?
patterns from northern
You said
Nigeria to Burkina
you
Faso to
said not
Mali. They're
stop you.
all
You said not
terrorists
stop
in
you.
that region.
Let me
That's part of
finish.
the Sahel.
Let me finish. I don't even know you understand what the Sahel means. Maybe the Sahel to you is 3 countries. Maybe to you. That's how far your knowledge go. You don't even know the Sahel is bigger than that. But when you say Sahel, you think of 3 countries. So you gotta have to learn more about Africa because you teach me what's going on in my region. You understand? So before Ghana get to what Ghana is today, if there was no Rawlings, there wouldn't be what Ghana is experiencing right now. As a military leader, what Rawlings did in Ghana, if there was no Rawlings, Ghana wouldn't be benefiting from what they're benefiting from today because he was a military guy. So the idea that you're going to sit here and remove Rawlings and talk about democracy is
You
really...
had a military guy for 27 years.
Oh my
and your
God.
country was
Come
shit.
on, man. Come on. You don't even know the history of Ghana. You don't know what they went through.
You had a country for 27 years. You had a military guy for 27 years. What did he do? He oppressed your people and made you flee your country. What are you talking about?
Bro, when I look at the conditioning of my people in Burkina Faso, I'm proud of what we have right now. Regardless of what you guys think of, we are going through terrorism and whatever you have in your head that you want to share with people that is not factual. I'm going to be here telling you that these are lies. If you are correct, I would say you're correct. So terrorism, right? What you guys don't understand, these foot soldiers, that's not the terrorists. Those who are committing crimes, they are people who are sent to do those crimes. The big dogs are over there. They may not look like you, Elvis. They don't look like you. We got a lot of prisoners.
So you're saying the Africans are stupid and they're controlled like puppets and they don't have their own brain to know what's right and what's wrong.
You're talking about being emotional.
Elvis, you can't.
You're talking about emotion? What is he displaying right now? Because I'm giving him facts, he's getting hurt. Your feelings are getting hurt. We have a lot of terrorists, Elvis, that we auditions, we investigated. Based on the information, we know exactly what's going on in the Sahel. You understand? Some of these kids, even if you look at the interview we had, you look at our news, we get kids 16, 17, 15 years old being drugged to commit this attack. These are all people. We have to save them. They are not terrorists in their mind. They get used to do that,
But
right?
then you're
So
contradicting yourself. You are
no,
contradicting yourself right
no,
now.
CD, hold on.
I'm asking you
No,
a
when
question.
you talk
You said
about Guinea, right?
they came from
Let me,
somewhere else.
Hey, when we talk about Guinea, right? Guinea is that powerful in 2009, right? When this Camara got shot. You know who came to your country and helped you guys? You know who did that?
Who
CD, I'm
got
asking you a
shot and
question.
he helped who?
When Dadis Camara, the Guinean president who got shot in the head, and the
So what
country
happened
was,
with them?
who came to your country and helped you?
Help who?
Blaise
Are you out
Compaoré.
of your mind?
Blaise Compaoré.
Man,
Blaise
The
Compaoré.
guy who
He
put
came to your
his foot on
country.
your
He
neck for
became the
27
mediator.
years.
No, CD.
He's a
Hold
good guy now.
on. He came and became the mediator of your country. You know where Dadis Camara lived in Africa before he came back to stand trial? Burkina Faso. We
What are you
fixed your
talking
problem
about?
for you.
That Burkina did?
No. So we've been in West Africa, right? Bringing peace. Whether you don't like, I don't like Blaise Compaoré, right? But once in our
Bless was
lifetime,
Bless was only known for rebellions.
he
That's all he
came and
was known
mediated.
for.
He was the
So when you
mediator
say
in
Burkina
Guinea.
Faso bring the
He
peace
was
in
the
the
mediator in
country,
Guinea. You don't even know the story of your country. He was the mediator
okay,
in
let me
Guinea.
explain that part to you. Let me
No.
explain
Do
that
you
part to
agree?
you
No.
because you're lying right
CD.
now.
Do you have that information or you don't have it?
Let me explain
No,
to you.
Bro, pass the
Before you
mic, man.
go,
You've been
CD,
talking
I'm
all this
asking a
whole
direct
time. Pass the
question.
mic.
No. I ask you a
But
direct
let me
question, CD.
explain it to you. You're
Was he
getting it
the
wrong.
mediator or was he not?
Okay, let me explain to you what happened. Let me explain to you.
Okay. So,
So
you can't even respond and you want to talk.
because you just lying. I just want to
No,
explain
he
it to
was the
you.
mediator. Your president lived in my country for over a decade.
Okay,
That's a
let me
fact.
explain to you what happened. Let me explain to you. So his chief body guy who just died a couple of days ago, they got Tumba Jakite. He shot the president in his head. Right?
Everybody knows that.
He was airlifted to Morocco for treatment.
Absolutely.
Right? When
That's
he was
correct.
airlifted to Morocco for treatment, he
Yes.
couldn't come back because for some other reason he had some charges against him
Who
because he
was the
killed out a bunch of
mediator?
people at the stadium. Right?
Who
There
was the
was a war.
mediator?
There was a
CD, who was the
war.
mediator?
Let me explain to you.
Man,
So
why
when
you
he
want
We're
to
was
trying to
shot,
negate
he
the
hear
was
fact?
CD,
Why you
bro.
want to
airlifted to
We're
hide it?
trying to
Why
Morocco.
hear
you want to
CD,
hide it?
man. Let him
Why you
speak.
want to hide it
Let
though?
me explain to you. It's
Well, are you
just
trying to praise Campari who oppressed your people for 27
No.
years?
Hey,
That's a
bro.
good
Hey,
guy now?
your own president will press his neighbor Sierra Leone, so you have
so,
no say.
so
Please.
when he was shot, he was airlifted to Morocco for treatment. And
Yes.
then he was charged with war crime for the fact that he killed a lot of Fulani at the stadium when they were demonstrating against the
It was
government.
not only Fulani, a lot of
Right?
people. Don't bring in
Majority.
Oh,
ethnic
bro. Can
groups.
we hear CD, bro?
No. But I say if you lie, I'm gonna correct it.
Okay, he was
Oh, bro. You're not the arbiter of truth, bro.
he
Just be
was
quiet.
somehow
Man,
they
keep
were trying
quiet.
to charge him with war crime. So he left. He went to Burkina Faso for
Why
rescue
did he go to Burkina Faso City?
because the president that was elected, because after when he got shot, they had a free and fair election in Guinea, and
Uh-huh.
the Alpha Conde won the election.
Okay.
So he wanted a peace and prosperity in Guinea. So what he did, he said, "Well, let's take him to Burkina Faso, not to send him to war crime." So that's why he was in Burkina Faso,
Why
protected
Burkina was picked
by
then?
the. I'm telling you that because
You
Blaise
want to hide
Compaoré,
it. So,
the
I
reason why
mean,
he was sent there because Blaise Compaoré was in good
What
relationship
is he
with
trying to
Guinea.
say,
he was
CD,
the
that Burkina
mediator.
Faso was a peaceful country and it was a
He
great
was the
country?
mediator. So
He wasn't a
you see.
dictator. He wasn't oppressing his
No.
own people in
You see,
Burkina Faso?
when Elvis speak, right? You see when the facts doesn't bear what he says, right?
So what?
If
Bro, your people fled
Burkina was
Burkina Faso
everything that
on a
no,
Compaoré.
Elvis,
The
let's
guy
have
was
the
a traitor. He
conversation.
killed Sankara.
Okay,
What are you trying to say? He's a
that's
good
fine.
guy now? Is that what you're saying?
Hold on. It's good to when you
Right.
listen.
What are you trying to praise Campari as if he's some kind of peacemaker?
So
The
There
guy
was
was a
a lot of
traitor.
countries.
He's
You know where he
treacherous.
didn't go? Guinea is
I
close to Liberia. He didn't cross the border to
okay,
Liberia,
that's the
right? That's
reason I'm
correct.
telling you right now. Let me tell you the reason why he went to Burkina Faso.
Why didn't go to Liberia?
Let me tell you the reason why.
Okay, CD, you got
We
no
don't
one
want that criminal in our country.
God, I'm talking. CD, you got 45 seconds. I got to pass it after.
Okay,
No
let me
one
tell you.
interrupt.
Okay, so that is one. This guy got shot. They airlifted him to Morocco for treatment because he didn't want to leave. He killed a lot of people at the stadium. The sea military regime. He
A
killed a lot
lot
of
of
people at
people
the
kill
stadium,
people. Not only
and
him. A
his
lot of people
bodyguard
kill
shot him.
people.
So
Your
when his
people
bodyguard
kill
are
people.
shouting his
Jesse, don't
death,
interrupt.
let me
James,
finish.
say James, don't interrupt him. Go ahead, CD.
He's lying
So
though. He's lying.
But I'm trying to hear him. CD, you got 30 seconds.
So Daniel, when his chief bodyguard shouting his head, he just died a couple of days ago. They got too much Jagte. He just died a couple
They
of days
killed him.
ago.
They refused him
So
to give him
when
medical
they,
treatment.
oh
Golly,
my
say
God,
James, the dude.
this
The
this is
decorum.
not how we argue, man. We just try to respect
You
each
did
other
the
here.
same thing to me. Donis, they do the same thing to me.
Oh, Lord Jesus, man. CD, 30 seconds.
Okay, so when the reason why they took him to Burkina Faso, the Guinean president, he wanted peace in Guinea at that time when he wanted free and fair election. So he wanted some protection for this guy. And he knew Burkina Faso was in good relationship with France, Blaise Compaoré. That's why they kept him in Burkina Faso. If he had gone to Liberia, the war crime were going to come after him. If he had gone to Ivory Coast, they were going to come after him. So the reason why he went to Burkina Faso, because Burkina Faso was a terrorist country. It was a rebel country. They were supporting all these rebellions over in West Africa. That's the reason why he went to Burkina. Burkina is a very small country in that you will see Burkina rescue Guinea. Are you out of your mind? Burkina is just a rebel country. Everybody know that. If you want to recruit rebellion, you go to Burkina Faso.
Let me pass the mic to Africa. I gotta pass the mic to Africa.
He was a mediator. They failed to say that.
I gotta pass the mic to Africa.
Sure.
Go ahead, Africa.
Greetings to the panel and the chat. Dennis, brother CD, please like, share, subscribe, and support the channel. Thank you very much again for your great work, my brother Dennis. Happy Easter to the entire family. For the Christian brothers, I hope you had a great one. I'm just gonna jump on where you CD just finished. Yes, majority of the people that was killed in that stadium by Musa Dadis Kamara was a Fulani, but there are other tribes like the Susu and others because Guinea is a very funny place. It's been ruled by military since independence, and we all know when Sekou Touré was killed, when he died. Sorry, we had General Lansana Conte. We know Sekou Touré and the Fula had a very awkward relationship. Based on the colonial system, how they managed to set one tribe against each other, and then he passed away. Then a Susu guy called General Lansana Conte took over power, who was the longest serving military guy in Guinea. When he came, he did exactly what the Mandinka did to the Fula. He chased the Mandinka out of Guinea as well. He was marginalizing them, and a lot of them ran out. And when he died, then this guy, who was Mr. Nobody, called Mr. Dadis Kamara, I think he can take power. And he came in, and he killed my people in the stadium. A majority of the people who were killed were Fula and also Susu and some of the people in the western region of Guinea. But majority were Fula. So he was shot in the head by a brother from the Mandinka tribe who's like daring what he did that for, and he ran away. Sadly, I don't know why would someone say it's a rescue. If in fact if Blaise Compaoré never rescued that guy, but that should have been shot by now and been killed, which I think that should have been the right thing to do, based on what he did, to the people in that stadium. And at the same time, so when Doumbouya came to power, he called him back, okay, and he tried him, he put him in prison. But there was some laws that was adjusted where a former leader cannot be put into prison forever. And he have paid a heavy price for it. Put it this way, he's alive, but he probably wishes dead. And all his surrounding, he's Mr. Nobody now. He's just watching what could have been in a country. And so anyway, let's move on. So that was the end of the story. It just shows
Who was the mediator? Who was the mediator in that issue?
There was no such thing as a mediator. There was no such thing as a mediator. When someone killed people in the stadium and massacred them, and then you actually went, the same guy that killed Thomas Sankara.
You said who was responsible? Who was responsible?
He wanted to think Blaise Compaoré is a peacemaker to do with a despot and a rebel.
You're not from Guinea,
That's what
bro.
he is.
You're not from Guinea. I'm talking to Guineans.
My cousin is a senior military officer in Guinea right now. My cousin, my mom,
I got you.
is a senior military officer in this government. What are you talking about?
Everything that you said, everything that you said, I corroborated. You're not saying anything that I didn't say. I'm asking you a question.
Okay.
Who was responsible for the killing at the stadium?
That is.
Thank you.
Okay. So anyway, So, and all these guys have been molded. He might as well die. You know, he's been through a lot of fucking shit. But anyway, so yeah, so what the African American brothers were saying earlier about Africans, they're bloody right, man. Africans are just cowards. We might as well just give up.
Are you a coward?
Africans are just no, but listen, Africans all they do is fight. Let me just finish. Stop interrupting me, please. What all we do is talk about tribal. No, listen. Just let me speak, bro. All we do.
Continue.
Well, if you think like the way these people are described,
no.
Please, then you are a coward.
Whatever is a coward, then continue your statement. Say
the current generation of Africans are bloody cowards. Let me move on.
But you're
anyway,
African, so say I am an African, I'm a coward, and then continue.
Yeah. Listen, I don't want to hear you, bro. You're quite irritating. Sorry, man. But anyway,
I'm happy that you are talking today, and I can talk to you, right? So the idea, right? Let me ask you a question before you continue. It's part of what you're gonna say. So if I was with you, right, and I come to your country and I help destabilize your country, right, and you are the only one in ICC in the hands of the white man, right? Do you believe justice is served? Because Blaise Compaoré is still free. Based on Elvis, his white people didn't bring justice to him, but because he's still free.
Yeah, that's because your country of the white people don't like justice.
I'm asking,
they didn't bring enough justice. We brought our rebel president to
don't
justice.
Get emotional, Elvis. Relax.
I'm just telling you the fact, like you like to say. We brought our rebel president to justice.
I'm talking to because his president.
And you guys, your strong Burkinabés can't go get Blaise Compaoré and carry him to the ICC.
You see, I'm having a nice conversation with you. You see, the white man.
Don't mention my name if you don't want me to respond.
No, the white man Elvis praises didn't give him justice, right? Because they took his own president to the ICC and they left the one that is accusing of doing the very evil thing in his country. So white people didn't give you justice, right? Because it's
free. What are you talking about? You don't even know what you're talking about.
Look, guys. Who
did they leave that is accused doing an evil thing?
I don't want to get tangled up in the argument.
So the president is in ICC.
All right, so Jim, let me ask you this.
They're both, listen, Blaise Compaoré and the guy in ICC, they're all the same.
But okay, that's what I'm asking you. So the white man didn't give you justice, right? Do you accept that assessment? Because you guys took him to the
white. They didn't give you justice. Blaise Compaoré killed Sankara and killed your people. He didn't kill my people.
But we're looking for him. Are you looking for Blaise Compaoré? Are you looking for Blaise Compaoré? Is Liberia looking for Blaise Compaoré?
That's your problem.
No, I'm asking you.
You go catch him and carry him to the ICC.
No. Is Liberia looking for him?
Let me
looking for him for.
You can't. Okay. So why are you bringing it every day? Why are you bringing him every day?
I'm gonna have to start because this guy interrupts me.
No.
That's looking like a peacemaker when he's a rebel and a killer of your own people. Why are you praising that guy who killed your people?
No, I'm not praising him. I'm giving historical context. That's it. That's what I'm doing. I don't like the guy. I don't like him. But I'm giving you context. That's all I'm doing. So since you've been too emotional, bringing all the atrocity that happened in your country, the only person that got tried by white folks is your president. The president of that country that you're accusing every day is free. Yeah. I'm asking you why Liberia has all this.
Spend the rest of his life in prison.
Damn, let me finish, Elvis.
It's called justice.
Listen, I'm asking you, since you have all this evidence against the guy. I don't care if you get him. I'm asking you why Liberia don't go get him.
Against what guy?
Because you talk about it every day. Obviously, he's bothering you.
No, we're not worried about him, bro. That's your president. He killed more people in your country than he did in ours.
No, he's bothering you. So you bring him up every day. So obviously, he's bothering you.
Him up, and I'm telling you, he's a despot. He's not a hero. He's not a peacemaker. He's a rebel and a despot that killed your people in droves.
Guinea used him to the advantage when they needed him.
Boy.
So that's what happened.
So that makes him good because Guinea used him in your opinion?
Right? Instead of listening to you guys, Dennis can tap it in the chat. 09, Blaise Compaoré in Guinea. You will see everything, all the details. What he did for Guinea,
Africa
all the
just
peace
told you.
deals he brokered with the
CD
parties
just told you the guy he's a nobody, he's a rebel.
Supporting rebel war in over West Africa would be a peacemaker.
It's funny how people are
that's the context I'm giving you.
It's funny how people are talking about terrorists.
No.
They're happy to support people who are
hear me out. I'm telling you, right? That's how Africa was moving back in the day. I'm not saying it was acceptable. I'm not saying it was the right thing. I'm just saying this is what Africa
really,
in the 80s and in the 90s. Yes, that's
You're
exactly
trying
what
to
we're
launder
doing.
the reputation of Compaore, who was a traitor and a treacherous man, killed his own people.
Yep.
Bro,
That's a
your
fact.
president did the same thing. Your president I called Samuel Doe. The president
I
I
think
called Samuel Doe in the Liberia,
it's becoming
the
very
president
uncivilized,
in
man.
Liberia I called Samuel Doe, right?
He's
He
becoming a
did way
very
worse than
uncivilized, bro.
Compaore. If you really
He's
go
dead.
by
He
the
got his
history.
comeuppance. He's got his justice. He got killed.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So
We
what
got
he's
him out
saying,
of the country too.
we're not here caping for killers.
No, I'm not caping for him. We
We're
got
not
him out
caping
of the
for
country.
killers
The
and
people, not the
murderers.
military.
That's what you're doing.
Listen, let me tell you. We did it.
No.
In 20, I'm gonna land. I'll land and
Okay,
I'll let you do it.
because you
I'll
interrupted
land
me,
quick.
bro. Okay, go on.
You talking about 27 years of terror, right? That means to tell you, before he came terrorize others, he terrorized us, right? So you're accepting that. So we got that for 27 years. But you know what we did in 2014? We didn't wait for the military to do that. It was not even a military coup. The civilians themselves, they went and got him removed. You see what I'm saying? So instead of you getting butthurt about things he did in your country, that's what I'm asking you. Go through the political, the
I'm
judicial
not.
right.
My contention is not for my people, it's for
Babysit
your
it then.
people
Let
that
me
was
live.
killed.
Let me live.
I heard you.
All right,
Okay.
Alves, let me,
Thank you.
Alves, you're not the only Liberian here. Saying he called me a Guinean, I'm a Liberian. Let me clarify that to him. So the
All right,
reason,
CD. I'll let you finish. Make it quick, and I'll come in.
Where Alpha Conde, your president, where does his parent come from?
I'm not a
I'm
Guinean.
asking Alpha Conde, where does his parent come from?
Burkina Faso, Mali, and Guinea, we're very connected people. It doesn't matter. We are very related
His
people.
parent
I
come
don't know
from
why.
Burkina Faso.
I'm not a Guinean.
So what? Even Traore, his parents come from Guinea. Even Traore, his family from Guinea.
Exactly.
The president now, his family from Conakry, from Guinea.
Right. So once you're Madingo, people think that you can come from any part of West Africa. That's because the language is spoken
Madingo,
everywhere.
Kula, we're
I'm a
very
Liberian.
spread. We're all unrelated, intermarried. And none of us don't even know what we got in us when it comes to those two
even
tribes.
Alpha Conde, do you know Alpha Conde from Burkina Faso, former Guinean president? He's from Burkina Faso.
I broke the news to you.
Yeah, he is from Burkina Faso, but he's Madingo from Burkina Faso.
Absolutely.
And
so we got history. So we got history. We got connection there.
Yeah, so I'm not going to lie to you. So
there's no doubt about that.
West Africa is mixed. So, but I'm a Liberian. Let me tell you that, right? But the question that you're giving to Ares, he committed a lot of crime, and it was people had testified against him. He didn't even go to jail because of Liberian War. He went to war crime because of Sierra Leone War. He went and killed a lot of people in Sierra Leone. He amputated people's legs and their hands, and that's the reason why Charles don't want to war crime. It's because of Sierra Leone War. And you can go and check that.
He went through and touched that country, and that country is not to be played with. I'm sorry to say that.
The
government in Liberia, international connection.
The government in Liberia put a key part to hand him over to the ICC.
You cannot interrupt me anymore. I give you enough chance to interrupt me. But yeah, what I'm saying is, right, the problem we have in Africa, we can't even come together as even one region, as one people. I mean, if you look at the relationship between CD people, my people, and St. James people, right, throughout history, okay, we have intermarriages and we have subgroup and sub-tribe within one another throughout that region. The Musi, the Mandinka, the Fula, the Bambara, and all these tribes. You know, like if like our elders, like the ancestors, were alive and they're looking at what's going on in that region today, they'll be ashamed of what's going on, because these tribes have been together. They had their own issues in the past. They came together. They intermarried. They built empires, and they did so many good things. Okay, and even they had even wars, to be honest, but they actually come back together in peace. But we know
let me read these super chats real quick. African Goddess, thank you for 4,000 naira. Gustavo, thank you for the $5 holla. Tell them, sis, they don't like to read anything, just always spewing hate on Ghana. They love to hate on Ghana. They should put their money where the mouth is. Mrs. Sandman, thank you for $4.99. The EU needs Ghana to stay poor so that you continue to borrow from them. Your debt is used as collateral to uplift their economy. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, that'll remind my super chat.
Hold on. CD,
Don is my super chat, please.
I said thank you for the $10. CD, thank you.
Okay,
Can I say something?
Thank you, sir. But no, I'm speaking. You guys been interrupting me. I haven't even had a chance to speak.
I ain't said nothing in the half hour.
Okay. So all I'm trying to say to you guys, when you look at what's going on between the Africans, you can see why we don't have peace, because nobody wants to confront their own issue from their own side and say, look, I put my hands up. My tribal group are engaged in this, or we've done this in the past, or we're wrong. Let's move forward and try to build something new or moving forward. But in fact, some of our leaders are just as bad as the people. Our leaders are who we are in West Africa.
Can you give
The
names
reality,
since we are doing this? Give names. Can you give us names?
what do you mean, right?
No, you
Since we're
said
doing
some of
what?
our leaders are bad. Like who are they? Give us 2 examples, like 3 or 2.
Most of them, most of
Like,
them in
just give
Africa,
us,
they
yeah. Since
masters.
you have a
It
long
doesn't
list,
matter.
give us a couple
St.
of
James,
them.
I don't want to go into it. But anyway,
Okay,
so the
okay.
reality, I would say the one in Nigeria is one of them. If I want to go
Yeah,
that
yeah.
far, you know.
After 30 seconds, then I gotta pass the mic. Go
Okay,
ahead.
the one in Nigeria is one of them. You don't have to go that far, and you cannot have peace in West Africa if Nigeria is in turmoil. Let's be honest. But we know for a fact, yes, we do have external issue, external interests who are actually trying to destroy and destabilize us and divide us. This is what's going on in West Africa. It's the same thing, and it's an irony. CD. Recently, I saw if I'll go to Nigeria, the trouble in Nigeria when you see in Josh, the attack in Josh that you recently see, where the people went and killed so many people. I saw a video 2 weeks before that where a Fulani guy and called Saliu Aliyu, another guy, I don't know this name might ring the bell, something Dabo, okay, his name they Dabo, and another boy, they was killed by a bunch of local tribal groups in that region in Josh. They was killed, and the video was circulating in Nigeria saying, "Oh yeah, they got these Fulani guys, they killed them up, and this and that. It's about time they wake up." And then all of a sudden, 1 week later, I had the same group. The retaliation happened. They went and fucking killed other people in there. So these people are not reporting exactly what's going on in that Middle Belt region. They're just spreading propaganda and saying, "Oh, these guys are just going there to kill innocent people," but they're not realizing. They're not saying that they are killing some of our people and our people are retaliating based on what they're fucking going through. That's the reason why a lot of this killing is going through Nigeria. But our leaders are not coming out and say the fact. But they will say, "Oh, of course there's terrorism in Nigeria." Let's make that clear. I'm gonna come out and say that clear. There's terrorism going on in
Let me pass the mic. I was gonna pass the mic to George.
Yeah. So,
but go ahead. Let me pass the mic to Bang. Go ahead, Bang.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. How's everybody? Can you guys hear me?
Well, hold on. George is back. Go ahead, George. Go ahead, George.
Is that my cousin Bengo?
I'm listening, right? Let me take my turn. I'm listening, and before I got cut off, I'm listening to how passionate my African brothers are speaking about their countries, right? And I respect that. And even the brother from Burkina Faso, like he was getting upset because he's speaking passionate about his country. CD speaking passionate about his. But the last time I was speaking, when I spoke about us and the things that we was fighting for, and I brought up how my grandparents, and our part of our story, and we're passionate about our story as well. I see in the comments, and some of you guys disagreed with the last statement that I made when I said that our grandparents fought for you guys to come here with us so we can get our numbers up, and everybody went and disagreed. But when I'm listening to the passion that you guys got for your countries, a lot of times, man, we respect it. We just feel like you guys don't respect us and our passion of our story. And I'm sitting here learning because I never been to Burkina Faso. I know Thomas Sankara was one of my favorite African leaders, but I never been there. I don't fully know the story. So I'm listening and I'm learning. But I'm looking at how passionate, the same way. I just want you guys to understand something with this FBA thing and us going back and forth. The same way you guys are passionate about your history and your story and your country, so are we. So are we. And I'm gonna land there, but I'm keep listening to you guys break down, because I can do the studying of what's going on in Ghana and the security posts they got going on there, what they're doing in Algeria and these different places. But hearing the brother from Burkina Faso talk, I'm just listening and learning. But I just want y'all to know we're just as passionate about our story when we come to the table as well. So when you guys say, "Oh, well, no, that's not true," that's like y'all trying to tell us about our story. Like, we know our story as well. So I just land there.
All right, go ahead, Bang.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, no problem, man. First of all, happy Easter to the real Christians, not the ones that are insecure Christians. I don't believe in that.
Thank you, Bang.
They could go to whatever hell Christians call.
Listen, thank you, Bang. Happy Easter back to you.
The real Christians and stuff like that. This is Africa, right? When you have, let me say this real quick, right? When you have other people
Yeah.
that talk about the Fulbe or the Fula people or Fulani in Nigeria, there's one thing. There's about three things, right? Tell them, look at the money, right? The night, like the money itself, right? The image, the pictures of it. Who does it show? The Nigerian passport. The image is in it. They're gonna know who's their daddy. They're gonna know who's their daddy. So they could do everything they want. At the end of the day, they know who's their daddy. They know who's their
Shut up,
daddy.
Let's
man.
leave that.
There are Yorubas, there are Igbos on the money in Nigeria. It's
Look
not
at the
just the
pictures.
Fulani people. What are you talking
No,
about?
no. Look at the
What?
picture real quick.
Elvis,
Look
let
at
him
it.
speak.
Just
Let him
ask
speak.
Dennis. Ask Dennis that travel in Nigeria. When he look at the money, what does he see? The image, the symbol. What's that symbol come right back to? The Nigerian passport as well. That's all I got to say. But anyway, let me come to Ghana real quick, right? You see, the issue I have with this, right? Because everything I'm about to say, right, is the Ghanaian elites and then the Ghana government, right? The issue that I have with it, right? Nigerians don't go around and sell what's that guy? Fala, right? Fala Kuta, right? As the image of the country. Ghana goes around and sell the image of who? What's this guy? I always forget his name. So-called
Nkrumah.
Pan-Africanist, right? Yeah, Nkrumah. Thank you, Elvis. Nkrumah,
That's
right?
not
Ghana
true.
goes
No
around.
president ever promotes Nkrumah. No president
Hold
in
on,
Ghana
hold
promotes
on,
him.
my
Stop
brother.
your lies, man.
Hold on. I'm just saying what Ghana does publicly. This is facts. They have a
It's
statue of this
not
man
facts. You're
too.
lying.
No, it is a fact.
We always
It is
complain that the
a
government doesn't
fact. There's a
support
statue of
Nkrumah
the
and doesn't
man.
implement
There's a statue of the
Nkrumah's
man
rules.
in so-called Black Boulevard, like whatever it is, Black Star Boulevard, right? There's a facts on it. Nigerian government do not go around and sell Fala as the hero. They do not go around, do that, right? The Ghanaian government goes around and sell Kuma as the image
Give
of
me
what
one
Africa
president from
should
Ghana
be.
that did that. Which
Africa
government
should
did
be.
that?
Fela Kuti is a musician.
Stop
Nkrumah
interrupting
was the
him. Stop the
president.
recording.
Bang.
Beside even
Which
that,
president promoted Nkrumah?
beside
Which
even that,
president do you know that did what you're saying?
can I speak?
Yeah,
Can I
but which
speak,
president do
please?
you know
Stop
that's
interrupting. No,
done what you're saying?
Stop
My God,
interrupting,
I don't
bro.
like
Stop
when Ben
interrupting him.
come on because he spills full of supremacy.
Oh, shut up,
it's been
man.
3 hours. This conversation has been
Elvis,
going
I'm not
on,
even
and
gonna
it's
respond
not
to you,
even
bro. You know I
elites.
love you, bro.
You know it's true, bro. You know it's true.
No, that's not true, bro.
No,
That's
but
not
which
true.
president did what
I
you're
had to
saying?
stop. I had to stop buying most of the time. You should listen.
Which
Yeah, go
government in
on.
Ghana has promoted Nkrumah?
That's what humans do. We fight for supremacy.
No,
We
but
fight
which
for
government in
supremacy.
Ghana has promoted Nkrumah?
We fight for supremacy, man. I'm not gonna come here and try to hide it. That's what we do. We fight for supremacy. The big
No,
tribes,
No,
but we need
the
to
Ben.
little
stop that though,
tribes.
Bang. Bang, we need to stop that though because we all need to form a. Okay, yeah.
Okay, no, right?
Mm.
So-called security deal, right? Nothing wrong with that. But it's just how they go about their business. They want to unify
Right.
Africa and say Africa, we are Pan-Africans and stuff like that, right? Okay, just
Yeah.
like I mentioned, right? Like
Yeah.
like I met about a week ago, right? How many defense
Mm.
packages do Ghana needs? I mean, how many countries, so-called alliance, they're going to sign some type of defense package? I mean, they signed a defense package with Ukraine.
As
They
many
signed a
as they
defense
want,
package
Bang.
with America. They signed a defense package with the EU now.
We even got
I mean,
one
come
with
on
God and
now.
His angels.
How many defense packages they have?
Also with France.
This
But
is what I
Bang,
don't
Bang.
understand, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
CJ,
But the thing is,
what's up?
the only thing no, it's me, it's Al. The only thing I don't understand about one thing I saw online, I did said, they can sign every of this country can be they should be independent. If Burkina Faso want to go to America or Russia or any country to solve their insecurity problem, I'm with that. If Ghana want to do that, so be it. Because go on, yeah.
Let me get this
Hmm.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Africa is behind in basically
Yeah.
anything, right? When you look at category, right?
Right.
Okay. So if you're a conservative, right, what are you trying to do? You're trying to conserve the position that you're in, right? You're trying to maintain that position for your kids, right? So the West, the Europeans, has been on top of us, right? So you understand me, right? So when you look at these countries, whatever they're trying to do, right? Even if you don't agree to or disagree with it, but at the end of the day, they are in control of their own, development wise, right? Technically, they're behind. So at the end of the day, if you're conservative, what is your goal? What is your agenda? You trying to stop that progress from going in, right? And
So
about
you
10 or
want
20
Ghana to
years from
make
now,
things that's gonna benefit other
it will be the
countries?
No, wait, let him finish. Let him finish. Yeah.
So the
Guys are
European
insane.
Union, by their own personal agenda, which if I was them, I'll do the same thing. They try to conserve their position they're in the world. Their world, they've been on top of the world for years. You understand me,
Yeah.
right?
Bengo.
Yeah. No, I understand that.
What
That
you
makes
say?
sense.
What you're saying is great.
what you're saying
Yeah,
is great,
that makes
but
sense.
let's ask a question to the Ghanaian brothers. Since we share border with Ghana, my Ghanaian brothers, based on the information.
2 minutes. I wanted to
No,
ask
he's gonna talk. He's gonna talk. I'm just asking you a question based on the information you get back from back home. How would you grade the border that we share together? Well, how you grade it?
I
Is it
know you guys killed a couple of the women that came to your border.
we killed? we who's we?
They're not Burkina
It's a terrorist state, man. Burkina Faso is a terrorist state, bro.
My man, we killed the ladies.
And we just start him up again, bro. You know, we know the reality, Elvis. Just leave it, please.
So let me see. Maybe I'm wrong, right? Maybe
I can't hear him. His voice too low.
Have you heard
Have you heard
the
his
people
voice
that
way
go
too
to
low? I
Burkina?
can't hear him at all.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
If it's me or it's them.
No, I know I'm taking your time.
That's
but
why
I
you
just
gotta
want
be
to
quiet so he can speak.
Yeah.
Be quiet and
Let
speak.
the guy, my brother from Ghana. So
I'm saying maybe I'm wrong. I'm misinformed, right? So you educate me right now, right?
right.
Did you hear?
They were killed by terrorists. Let's get that out of the way.
Sorry.
They were killed by terrorists.
So they're not Burkina people.
I don't know their nationality. I don't know where they come from, but they were killed by terrorists.
On your land.
We take responsibility for that. We take responsibility for that. It's not hiding. I'm not saying that they came to the land, they crossed the border, they came to Burkina Faso. So we take responsibility for that. Yes.
Hey, ST, can I ask you a question about this terrorist thing? Wait, any one of y'all can ask. I'll ask the African.
Sure.
Hold on, man. Can I finish my thoughts real quick, man? Because I
No. Bengo. Since he says he may be misinformed, let's use this as an opportunity. No, I got it. Let's use this as an opportunity to bring the facts.
No. Sinjin, let's be fair. This man is not misinformed. Right now, I go call in my village. I'm just playing you guys in my village. They can send me a picture. This is how powerful we could get information nowadays.
No.
When Iraq, shut down the so-called American flag jet, right?
Right.
We saw concrete evidence with our own eyes, right? Before, if it was 20 years ago, it would take a long time for us to see such evidence, right? Now everybody gets it like this instantly.
Right.
So to me, I'm not here to correct Africans that don't know what's really going on. I'm not here. I'm here to support.
But bang, it's Traore, it's AES. It's AES complicit in violation in visiting crime against humanity and killing innocent civilians, because that's the report I
Let me ask the question.
You sure about that?
Hey, hold on, ST. Let me ask the question. Because I heard a Ghana, I heard a guy, Ghana dude with a YouTube channel. I did a video on it last week. He was insinuating because he's against that deal that they made with EU too. He was speaking vehemently about it, and he was alluding to, and I kind of agree with this. He was alluding to that the U.S. The West, they create these
groups.
What you guys would call these terrorists? They create the terrorists. Groups. Yeah. They cause the coups, the CIA. They create these terrorists in these different places, so that way they can come in. They can come in with their security defense. So I'm asking y'all, when you guys, when we talk about these Islamic jihads and all these different groups, who's funding these people?
Right.
Where they getting their funding?
The West. I mean, did you? I mean, you're American, my brother, Bishop. Remember what?
That's not true. If anything, it's coming from the Middle East.
Stop it.
If anything, it's coming from the UAE, Saudi Arabia. Those are the guys who are propagating terrorism in West Africa.
Bishop, you live in America. You remember what Rick Perry said? No, someone needs to mute.
You are agent.
Is that you, Brad? Somebody. So, okay. Bishop, do you remember a guy called Rick Perry? You remember a guy called Rick Perry in America? Okay. Have you remember what he said when Trump was closing down USAID in America? When Trump was getting rid of USAID, you see what he said? You see the paperwork that he showed in the. Okay. He blatantly came out. He said, "You guys want us to continue, supporting this African initiative like USAID. Do you want to know what these things are for in Africa?" And I don't know, here we call it Parliament. I don't know if you call it a Senate or whatever over there. Okay. And everyone's like, no. It's like this. It's going to sponsor Boko Haram. Terrorists. It's going to sponsor Boko Haram. So he blatantly said USAID is being used to sponsor Boko Haram. The Nigerian military service have captured so many weapons for Boko Haram and loads of things. Even the Minister of Defense of Nigeria now, General Musa, he used to be the head of the Nigerian military. He gave an interview on Al Jazeera. Okay, on Al Jazeera. Elvis, I hope you shut up and listen to this, bro. Okay, stop. And he said, "Look, we know, we've seen the badge, and we have traced the money and the people who are behind these things. Okay, and we all know." The CIA and all these Middle Eastern countries are
You
behind
guys
this.
are just trying to take away the culpability of these Muslim terrorists and blame it on the West.
Oh
Look,
God, you are not
African
you are
Americans in this country,
completely
right?
idiot. You are
Can't nobody
completely
give them money
I
and
don't
tell
want
them
to
to
hear
go
that.
blow up themselves.
You are an
African
idiot. You are an
Americans will
idiot.
never take money to go blow up themselves. It's the Muslim
You are an
ideology that
idiot.
got those guys fighting with jihad in their
CD,
hearts.
who is
It's not the
paying
white
those
man.
Muslims, CD? CD, where they getting the
You're
funding
mad.
from, CD? Where are they getting the
Hey,
funding
can
from?
I say something real quick?
Not CD. This is Elvis. Elvis. CD is not me saying that. But Elvis, I'm listening. I am living in the West. I actually been very. I'm a non-alliance when it comes to these things. Okay. I don't think I'm not a big fan of Russia. I'm not a big fan of China. I am definitely not a big fan of the Arab nations. Okay. Let's make that clear. But
You're a fan of the
we
UK?
know.
Can I further my point
I live
real
in the
quick?
UK.
Before I
Okay. Well,
want to further the point
yeah. Go on.
because I got African brothers
Yeah.
on here. So when we look at people
Yeah.
like Samora Michelle, right, out of Mozambique,
Yeah.
and we look at
Yeah.
a Patrice Lumumba or the brother from Burkina Faso, Thomas
Yeah.
Sankara, and we can basically say that these Europeans was responsible for killing a lot of most of these African leaders, right? We know that they use people. So when that's all I'm saying. In this conversation, we know the richest continent on the planet where the resources are. They're gonna always manipulate and use certain things for them to come back in with their military forces like that.
Exactly. Right.
So I see all this
my
as a
brother.
smoke screen to me. It's all a smoke screen. These Islamic jihads, these all these different groups.
This brother know what he's talking about. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bishop, Trump said, look at the guy who Trump invited in the White House. We all know Russia was in Syria. Okay. I mean, the head of Al Qaeda, the guy that who killed and massacred thousands of people in Syria.
Yes.
He was in the UK. He was in the UK also recently.
But these are the European nations that.
Hey, Bishop, I got a question for you, Bishop.
How come we don't
No. These are So when you come on here, right?
Yes.
When you come on here, right?
Look, I got a question. Let me ask the question, bro. Everybody ask that question. I got a question for Bishop.
Can you relax?
Let St. James ask his question, please.
Let me ask my question, bro. I'm not fighting with you, St. James.
Come on, man.
My question for you, Bishop. Would you say that 1 second, bro? Would you say that it's the white man's,
you asked that question
like it's
10,000
undercover
times.
thing by the? Let me ask a question. Be quiet. Would you say it's the white man who's putting the guns in the hood and making the gangs, kill each other in America, or is it the black people who's taking that action on their own?
Listen. Don't even ask that dumb question.
That was a Bishop.
That's what I was trying to say too. This is a dumbass question to ask tonight.
We know.
I'm asking a question. Black people have agencies. They're not robots. They're not stupid. African Americans will not become terrorists because somebody gave them money to go blow themselves up.
I agree.
The Africans in Africa,
Don't forget about super chat, guys.
They have agencies.
Okay, Elvis, stop. When I start from slavery, there was nobody in colonization. Yeah, when the British colonized most African countries in India, they didn't have the biggest army in the world. They didn't have the biggest military in this country. I agree. It was the local people who were happy to do the work for them. Okay, the bidding to make that successful. Okay, and this is where the African American brothers were saying earlier that how dare you African brothers can be trusted when even within your own land you're working against each other. And we have spent thousands of years with these people in our country to gain freedom and independence from them. And we actually gaining some freedom for you to come and join us to increase the level of, let me finish, the level of vote, the amount of votes or the amount of numbers so we can work together as a team. But instead of doing that, you're working against us. And you expect us to form an alliance
I hear all
You
of
understand
that,
what
bro.
I'm
The only
saying?
problem is you're
Who-
taking away the responsibility
yeah,
from the
yeah.
Muslim terrorists and trying to put on the white man. Don't do that.
Yeah, go
But
on.
for the
Yeah,
most
you're
part,
trying to
right? For the most part,
Elvis.
when you
Yeah,
come
yeah.
on here, right?
Mhm.
For the
Yeah.
most part, when you come here on here, I know you see the reality of things. You are not
Yeah.
delusional like Elvis and them, right? So when you look
Right.
at, we are fighting terrorism right now. The topic is also about terrorism in the Sahel and West Africa in general, right?
Right.
So when
Right.
you're talking about Russia, right? You have your reason not to like Russia or love Russia. That's your personal feelings, right? But
Yeah,
when you
that's what me and
see
you
the
always had
ways,
a
that's right.
misunderstanding.
When
Other than that, we always
that's
been
right.
together.
I
Yeah.
got you. I'm not going to pin Russia against. No, we're not doing that. I'll let other guys do that.
Okay.
They have that time. When you look at the action when that action speak for itself. When you replace a leader, right? You might like Bashar, you might not like him. That's not what we're doing here. And you replace it with somebody that the very people put a bounty on his head, telling you that he's a terrorist. And next day they're shaking their heads. That's the people that you want to use to secure your border. Is that what we're doing? So I'm just asking you.
They don't care
Russia,
about what you think, bro.
I'm
They're
asking
not
you a
serving
question.
Burkina Faso
If
interests. They're
Russia,
serving
if that
Gaza
guy, if the guy from Syria, if he traveled tomorrow to meet Putin, there won't be no Russia in AES. That would be the end of the story.
Can I say this too?
You understand?
Yeah, go on, Bishop. Yeah, I got you, St. James. Yeah, go on, Bishop.
The reason why I brought up more on Michelle when he was murdered, because he was, he was against the apartheid in South Africa, and he was trying to help the ANC and allowing them to operate from Mozambique. And the West and the Russians got him out of there. They got him out the way. What I'm saying is, they create these people, even here in America, when the brother asked about the guns, they create the conditions. They create the conditions for them. Then they control the media. So it's not just as complex as, well, you just going to get the gun, or you just have these institutions shooting up stuff. First question you have to ask is, why is this happening? And then when you start doing your digging and research, you can find out where these countries' lifestyle is predicated on these resources. They're causing the issues, right? They these countries dilapidated. It's sort of the same things that they've done to our communities, and why we have the issues going on within some of our communities. But I'm bringing up these African leaders because when you see the history of these African leaders that was assassinated in Africa, ours in America, it's actually going on the same year and timeline, and it's a pattern all throughout the world.
Right. Thank you.
If you go
spot on, my brother. I mean, it's good to have a big IQ.
Hold on.
Yeah, sorry, Passport King. It's good to have a great IQ brother like you, Bishop George. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yes. So you're right. I'm just responding to Bishop. Then I'll pass the mic. You're spot on. Okay, this is exactly what happened. It's a pattern. And we notice that. And I am not against white people. Anyone that think I am against white people, I'm against the West. St. James, tell them, please. I am. I know, but St. James, tell them, because me and you.
We know you're not.
Yeah, I'm not, okay? I am not against anybody, bro. I am not against anybody. I blame my own African people for all this mess, for allowing these people
blame the terrorists. Don't blame the white man now.
I blame the Okay, Mr. Christian, man, I love you more than the religion, okay?
It's not about the religion. It's that these guys have a certain mindset.
Yeah, I agree with you, Elvis, on that point. I blame the terrorists, and I blame... No, I'm not going to blame this game.
You can't blame the African guy if they're scared of the West trying to kill them, if they're trying to take care of their people.
Listen, I am high IQ. I know what Elvis is playing at. I'm not going to walk into his trap, okay? Let's leave it, okay? Elvis, I agree. I blame the terrorists. I blame the people who give him the guns, and I blame the politicians, most of all in the country, okay, in Western Africa, that refuse to educate and develop their population to a point where outsiders can come in and use them to destroy their own nation and destroy their own people, regardless of the religion, whether they're Muslim, Christian, pagan, name it. Okay?
I'm surprised they allowed Darkest Howe to live over there in the UK. I'm surprised they didn't assassinate him during that time.
Who's that, Ben?
Darkest Howe.
Yeah, I mean, us in the UK, we're quite resilient, man. We've been in the belly of the beast for years. Okay.
At that time, Black Power was a global phenomenon. People don't know.
Right.
People don't know People don't know,
Yeah.
and you know, I'm hardcore FBA, but I understand the history. But at that
Right,
time,
right.
Black Power was everywhere. Black Power was in America. Black Power was in
Yeah.
Trinidad. Darcus
Yeah.
Howard was from Trinidad. He
Yep.
brought it to London.
Yep.
Right,
So,
right.
Black
It's
Power
spot
was in
on.
Bermuda. It was in
Right.
Australia. It was
No,
everywhere.
but you see,
So what I'm saying is, if we
unlike,
follow, let me say this part. If we follow the timeline, what I'm saying is, if we follow the timeline, you can see the murder from Malcolm X, Dr. King, the guy in Kenya, the African leaders. It all happened in a 10-year span trajectory, and they was wiping out any form of Pan-African and in America and the leadership in Africa. They killed it. All
If you go
within
against
the
the system,
span.
you will be killed.
Yeah. So this is the reality. So I am against I am against all these foreign religions that be used, to divide us. Elvis, you're a good example of
So
that.
let me
Okay.
ask you a
And
question real quick.
no, yes, brother. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
In West Africa, right? We're talking about West Africa. This whole topic is because of Ghana. But I just want to know,
Yeah.
in West Africa, where are the terrorists located?
They're everywhere
In
in
the
West
Sahel,
Africa.
in the Sahel region. In the Sahel
In the
region.
Sahel region.
Are they in
Yeah.
Ghana?
They're not in Ghana. Because Ghana is developed. They tried hard. They're not, because you know why? Do you know why? Because this country spend a lot of money.
We're not too sure. There was a terrorist that left Ghana, that was like 5 months ago. A known terrorist that crossed the border. He was living in Ghana, and he came to perpetrate an attack in Burkina Faso. He got killed. He came from Ghana. It's not. I'm not sure if it's Ghanaian, but he was living in Ghana.
They're everywhere. If you look at the data, even if you look at the data, you can see that anywhere they go, okay, anywhere they go, they will capture St. James, you said it earlier, they will give these young kids drugs, they'll give them alcohol, they will give them things that, it's disgusting, bro.
Why do
These
they
are
take?
young
Why
kids.
do they take those things? Why do they take it and turn on their own?
It's because we blame the government. This is what I said earlier. If you listen to what I'm saying, my brother, you wouldn't even ask this question. I blame our leaders in the region who refuse to look after the
I'm just playing the
population.
devil's advocate here.
No, my man, for Ghana. Have you watched the documentary of Ghanaian going to fight for Russia?
Hold on.
So can you explain that Ghana is a more developed country in the region, but you still have let me learn. But you still find Ghanaians and Kenyans, right, going to Russia to fight for Russia. Although they have the best GDP, like in their respective area, Ghana has the better GDP in West Africa behind Nigeria. Kenya is doing better, but you will see Right, I get it, but you see, yes, right. You see, we have the partnership with Russia. You won't find the guy, Burkinabe, Malians, and Nigerians over there in Russia fighting. That's Ghanaians and Kenyans.
Or in Haiti.
I'm just saying,
Or in Haiti fighting.
money.
So what's the
greed.
point you're trying to make?
That's what I'm saying. Money and greed. When it comes to terrorists,
that's why to fight the brothers in Haiti.
Right. They get the kids. They go to certain areas in Africa, right, where the kids are lost hope in life, right. They take them, they give them money, they give them hope, they tell them if they defy jihadists, and they give them name, Sekuma Amadou, and all this BS. And they tell them to go kill these people who are not.
I'm just trying to get you guys to make me understand something. I'm gonna
No, you understand, but don't beat around the bushes. It's
a lot of these guys don't understand, and so listen, my brother. Okay, listen to me. Yeah, I was brought up in a war zone. In Sierra Leone. I know what it's like.
That's what he's saying.
Let him learn.
Okay.
I'm concerned about Ghana. I'm Ghanaian. I'm not concerned about nobody else.
Right. Yeah, that's why I got us in there. You're not concerned about anybody. That's why I got us in there.
Can you let the brother speak, bro? Let him speak, man.
Man, shut up, man.
Shut up, man. You've been talking the whole time.
Man,
Stop running your mouth, man. Stop running your mouth, man. Take a
listening
break.
to you. Asking
Take a break,
dumbass
man.
questions.
You just a loud mouth liar about Burkina Faso. Your country's in turmoil, man.
You see,
you guys
when people
dictating
come
for
on here,
you
right?
guys love
They
dictating
speak on
Burkina Faso, man.
They don't speak on that BS they got going.
Yeah.
That's the difference between the
That's
two.
why terrorists killing your people, and you were ruled by a dictator for 27 years, and you couldn't do shit about it.
Oh God,
Shut up, man.
I know.
Shut up. Let the brother talk, man. Shut up.
He's getting emotional again. Are you getting emotional again, Elvis?
Bro, you fled your country. Blaze Compaore had that boot on your neck, and you had to flee Burkina Faso. What are you talking about, man?
He's getting emotional again.
People though, come on.
Okay. Let's pass the mic. Let's pass the mic now.
No. Let the Ghanaian brother speak. We listening.
No,
yeah.
like I was
Mhm.
telling you guys, this whole
Mhm.
thing is about Ghana and its alliance and all that stuff, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's just going everywhere. Everybody got something to say. I'm saying I'm Ghanaian.
Uh-huh.
I'm concerned like, oh no, everybody themselves is more important than the next man because you gotta preserve
Okay.
yourself before you can help the next person, right? If you don't have money,
Okay.
you can't give money.
Right.
So Ghana is concerned about Ghana, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So right now,
Are you gonna grow your own tomatoes and leave
So,
us out
so Ghana,
tomatoes?
no,
your
hold on,
tomatoes.
hold on.
Oh,
Ghana,
you were
You
talking about
think
tomatoes,
we
right?
don't care about tomatoes? You think
No, no,
that's the
no, no.
lifeblood of Ghana?
Elvis, I'm asking.
Shut
I'm
up
talking
about
about Ghanaian
tomatoes, man.
brother.
That's not an
I'm
important
talking to
commodity,
my
man.
Ghanaian
Nobody care about
brothers,
no
man.
damn tomatoes.
Man, get the
Don't
heck,
worry.
man. Shut up.
Can Ghana survive without tomatoes? Of course they can.
Elvis, give me 2 minutes with him. That's it.
Right,
Everybody,
right.
please give me 2 minutes with St. James, right?
Please
Your
go.
tomato, you're selling your
Mm-hmm.
tomatoes, so we buy.
Mm-hmm.
You
What
can
happened?
decide not. Hold on, you can decide not to sell your tomatoes,
Mm-hmm.
but you're selling your tomatoes, so we
okay,
buy, right? So
Are
we
you
got.
Are you
okay.
coming over to pick it up? Are we bringing it to you? What would be
If
the
I,
best course of
Listen,
action?
it's a
Would
service.
you let us bring it to you so you
It
can
doesn't
buy it
matter.
so we
There's
don't
people that
have
go to
this?
China themselves and
Right.
bring the stuff in, and there's people
Mm-hmm.
that pay for the service to come to them.
Right.
It's a service. You're providing a service.
Right.
Let's not
Since
be
this, no,
childish and talk about foolish shit,
no, it's
okay?
not about child. It's about you being that BS that we killed your people, right? We ain't got no freaking
Listen, I
issue
agree
with
with you
Ghanaian
guys.
killing Ghanaians. Let me
Listen,
bring it to you,
relax
right? Let me
yourself.
bring it.
Why
No.
you giving us
You
2
give
minutes?
it. Is that your 2 minutes? I give you a 2 minutes
Why
because I
you
would like to
didn't give me
respond.
no time? Relax
Okay, go
yourself.
ahead, please. Go ahead, please.
Relax. Okay,
Yeah, go
control your
ahead.
estrogen
I'm
level.
very relaxed. I'm very
Control
yeah,
relaxed.
your
but
estrogen level.
yeah,
Relax yourself.
Mhm.
someone else has to speak now.
No.
Especially that.
Let him go. Let him
Bro,
land. Let
he
him
asked
land.
for 2
Let him
minutes. Let
land.
him get his 2 minutes, bro.
Let him
Yeah,
land.
take it 2 minutes. Take it 2
I didn't
minutes.
Let him
say
land.
anything.
Go on.
Let
What
him
do you
land.
mean let somebody else speak? You guys seem like a bunch of
Bro,
terrorist supporters.
man, go, man.
What I
We're
need to say
listening.
is,
We're
so
listening.
Ghana shares border with Burkina Faso, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the population in Burkina Faso that's Christian and Muslim?
That's what?
What's the population number for Islamic people in Burkina Faso?
The Muslims
Yeah. What's
group
the
is
population?
over 60%. I would say over
So
60%.
it's a Muslim ran country, right?
It's a Muslim country technically. Yeah, it's more Muslim than
Why
any other
is it
religion.
like you're not sure? You know, see, you guys are saying don't beat
What do
around the
you
bush. Don't
mean?
beat
I
around
gave
the
you
bush.
the
Okay.
information.
Same James. Hang on. What's the point?
Hey, yo, relax yourself and shut your mouth. Let the man
No, but
speak.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking you.
Relax.
What's the
I'm not
point,
talking
bro?
to you.
Let him make a point. He's
No,
making a
Man,
appreciate. Let him make
hold
a
on,
no.
man, hold on.
Okay.
St. James can hold his own.
Africa. Hold on.
Guys, you guys are being disrespectful to this man. You allow
No,
other
no,
people
no,
to
no,
let
no,
him
no, no,
speak.
no,
Let
no,
him
no,
speak.
no, no, no.
No,
Sure.
but he's trying to. I know what he's trying to get at, but let me come
Yeah,
after
let
him.
him
Go on,
get
then.
there. Even
No,
if you
no.
know what he's
Relax.
trying
You
to
One
get
more
at, let
guys
him
minute.
get
welcome
there.
to
One
learn.
Let's
more
go.
minute.
Let's
Go
go.
on.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
St.
One more
James can
minute.
hold his own.
Come.
Relax
Let's
yourself.
sure.
Right? So Elvis is saying is
Mhm.
mostly ran by Muslim people. These terrorist people and all of that stuff, right?
Mhm.
So your country is dominated and controlled by Islamic people.
No, it's not like the dominated. Like you won't see that in there. They have
Hold
we
on,
have
hold
the
on.
Muslim and the
St. James.
Christian.
See, been around
You
the
ask
bush.
me a
St.
Let's
James.
not
question,
talk
I
being
will
around the bush.
respond. When you
St.
talk
James.
about dominate, I don't know the domination part of it. I
You
would say
just said
we,
60 something, so that's the
but it's
dominant
not a
population.
domination. We have 50% Christian, so it's like kind of neck and neck. It's not that
We have
far.
50% Christian in Burkina
And they're
Faso.
protesting. They're
You're lying.
protesting. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. 40 somewhere,
Everybody
and they're
knows about Burkina
protesting.
Faso. It's a
Mhm.
Muslim
Can someone else
dominated
speak now,
country.
please?
What happened?
Make it.
What happened?
Make it.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
please.
trying to listen.
Yeah.
I'm trying to listen to the Ghanaian
You
brother.
guys are on the defense. You
Is
guys are
he
on the defense.
is he
That's why you
Ghanaian?
No,
can't
He's
I'm.
listen to
not Ghanaian.
conversation.
He's not
He's not
Ghanaian.
That's why
Ghanaian.
you guys are on the defense.
Nah,
Okay, can
he's
I
from the
speak
No,
now?
Gambia.
no,
Can
no, my
someone
brother,
else
my
speak,
brother.
He's from
No,
the
no, no, I'm not
please?
Caribbean.
on defense. Maybe that's the way I speak,
He's from the
but I'm not.
Caribbean. He's
I'm
from the
not on the
Caribbean.
defensive.
He's
No,
from
no,
the
no. I'm not
Ghanaian.
on the defensive. No, I
St.
think he's
James.
Ghanaian. He's he's not Ghanaian.
I'm Ghanaian. What do you
He's
mean
from
I'm
the
not
island.
Ghanaian?
Oh,
Who's
All
not
right,
Ghanaian?
He's
I
from the
can't.
island.
Okay, hold on. Who's talking? World image.
that
Yes,
was
sir.
Ghanaian brother.
Can I
World
speak,
image.
please?
Yeah,
Who's
I'm saying
talking?
Someone
yes,
World
sir.
speak.
image.
Yes, sir.
All right, World image. You got a minute. No one
I'm
interrupt.
just trying to have a St. St. James kind of give me some information. Like we share border with Burkina Faso. We hear things about Burkina, but again, me personally, I don't really know nothing. What I know is a Muslim-dominated country. But he's trying to say it's not. It's 50-50. So if it's 50-50, most of the people that are doing
What do you mean by dominated?
That's what I'm trying to understand. When you say dominated, what do you really mean?
It's the dominant
Is he
religion.
Ghanaian? Where's he from?
Burkina Faso meant to have 64%
60-40 is not
Muslim,
domination. It's not
24%
when you
Christian.
talk,
64,
when you
How's
say
that domination?
80-20,
64%.
90-20,
Please.
yes. But 60-40 is not domination.
Okay, so what is it? What word?
Predominant.
So what?
Predominant
If you say
religion.
80-20, 90-10,
But this guy is going back and
What
front. What
word?
you
What
want to
word?
ask? Can you ask and just talk?
Yeah,
Oh
it's just
my
the way
God.
it. Well, Image, just
It's a
hurry
waste
up,
of
man,
time,
please.
man.
Come.
Yo, relax
It's a waste
yourself.
of time.
Yeah.
go.
It's a waste of
Hold
time.
on, guys. Hold on. Roll image. Just you got 20 seconds. Just ask the question.
Oh
I'm just
my
trying to
God.
talk to him so he can give me, but they don't want to deal with it.
No, I gave you. I said
So
60
okay,
Muslims.
okay, okay.
These are information that I have. Like I don't have it. I don't know the current data, but last time when I checked,
You can
I
check it
given
right now.
Islam is over 50 in Burkina Faso. Over 50. That
Okay,
right
so
there
if it's
is
not a
correct. Over
dominant
50.
religion, what's the word
Yeah.
should I use?
The
What word should I
Christian
use?
come next over 40, and we got the
Not
Protestant.
true. Christian is
Yeah.
only 25%. Muslim is over
Oh,
64%.
Hey,
yoga.
Okay, so
Okay.
where
Yeah.
he say? So where
It's
this man
still
is trying to
it's
take
still
this
it's still
conversation
similar.
to? Where? Like,
Yeah.
where is he trying to take the
If you're trying to
conversation
talk
to?
about, sorry, if
if
this
you
guy is
guys
trying to
didn't
talk
tell
about
him,
religious tolerance,
how would you
no,
know?
Oliver, if he's trying to
He
talk about
said.
religious
He said.
tolerance, Ghana is not one of those
That's
countries,
exactly what he's
not in
trying to
West
do. That's
Africa.
exactly what he's
He's
trying to do.
saying a
He said.
precept. Let him lay this
He
preset.
said.
That's how people make a
Listen,
cogent argument. Let him lay this
No.
preset
He
before
said.
you
Ghanaians
make
are
his
one of
point.
the least Ghanaians are one of the least tolerant people in West Africa. So you
that's
just
a
keep
lie.
quiet, bro.
One
Ben, you're a liar.
second.
Hey,
What
but
are you
it's
talking
a
about?
stable country though. They don't have terrorism in their country.
No,
So
my
props to
brother,
Ghana
my
for
brother, my brother. Can I respond to you? I gave you a 2 minute. I'm
St.
gonna
James.
hand it.
St. James.
I'm gonna respond to
Asking
him.
question for you to
St. James,
respond.
man. There's no need for you to respond to him.
No. Let me
Look at
respond.
those
Let me
little
respond.
Ghanaian boys at
No,
the
he
top.
said, no,
Look
Ben,
at
he
the
said
one you
something
like.
that I respect. He said something that I respect. He said he doesn't know about the situation that is
Exactly.
happening
He
at the
said he
border.
doesn't know, but he's
So that I
Ghanaian.
respect that.
He said he
At least
doesn't
he's
know, but
not.
he doesn't. But he's
You
Ghanaian.
guys didn't
But
even
at the
see.
same
This
time,
guy
he
heard
doesn't know
Muslim
what's
and you
going
got
on
his butt hurt.
within his
the
border.
guy didn't finish. All the Muslims are jumping down his throat.
Yeah.
Pause.
No, I'm not a
Senegal,
Let him
Muslim.
finish,
I'm
man.
not Muslim.
Elvis,
I'm not Muslim.
you're playing religious games. You're trying to play.
I'm not
No, no,
Muslim.
no.
Anytime you
The
come up here,
bank came in with
anytime you come up,
that Islamic
you're not you.
Fulani
Elvis,
supremacy.
anytime you come up here, no, it's not. Fuck, no, shut up.
Oh man,
Elvis, anytime you come up here, you're trying to play this
The guy was
Christian
trying to
Muslim
get the
divide. It's
demographics,
disgusting.
the
And
religious
that
demographics
says a
of
lot
Burkina
about your
Faso,
country,
and St. James
Liberia.
was trying to
That
be
says a lot about your
disingenuous,
country,
talking about it's
Liberia.
50-50.
That's why your
It's not
country,
50-50.
Liberia, is
It's
very
64-20
unsettling country,
for the
and it's
Muslims.
very war-torn, and it's very disturbing state. And
Listen to what
you're
I'm
worse than
saying.
liability
The
in West
guy
Africa.
asked
And
St.
you're
James,
majority
who knows
Christian.
everything about Burkina
And
Faso,
majority
what is the
Christian
religious
Liberia, you're
demographic?
still ravaged by
And he said it's
poverty and
50-50,
disease.
and that's a
Why
lie.
did he
That's a
talk about
blatant
that,
lie.
Elvis?
It's 64% Muslim, 24% Christian,
Your
and then the
country,
rest is other
Liberia,
religions.
is a very highly
So come on.
tribalistic country who fought against African American, who came to
Well,
help
no,
me
my
out,
only
and
problem with
you're
you and
majority
other
Christian.
Muslim on the platform is you guys
I
try to
don't
take
care.
away
Forget
the
about Muslim, Christian. It
responsibility of
doesn't matter to me.
terrorism from
Listen,
the
I
African
am. Listen,
Muslim and blame the white man, and that's not true.
Elvis, quiet.
And
Sierra
Ghana is
Leone
very
and
tolerant when it
Senegal
comes
and
to
Sierra
religion.
Leone are known
All
to
over
be the most
Africa, Ghana gets
religious
credit for that.
tolerant countries. Yeah, you
You
know
keep
that.
lying.
I know
You
that.
always lying
Yeah, we
about
don't
it.
have to go. Yeah,
We're
Sierra
not
Leone
talking
and
about religious
Senegal are.
tolerance. We're talking about terrorism
Well,
here, right?
you're not. No, but listen. But it all comes down to that. We already come. You're trying to listen. You're trying to shove your narrative
No,
on
the
the
guy
people's
asked a
throat,
question.
and everybody
I'm only
out there
backing
is
up what he
sniffing
said.
it
That's
out.
not trying to
Yeah,
do anything, bro.
everybody out. No, you're
That's
playing
your
against.
It's Easter,
that's your
bro.
buddies.
It's Easter.
That's
I'm
your
not here to
buddies.
fight with anybody. I'm in a good mood today, so
I
let's not
blame
go
you,
there,
right?
Al.
I blame you because these are your buddies that you rely on sometimes, to do your thing.
They
I
flip
told you
flop. They're
Elvis and them
chameleons.
had a
They're
I can agree
chameleons.
with Al on
they
certain
have a
things, and I disagree with him when he tries to take away the
They're
responsibility
chameleons.
from
They're
Muslim
chameleons,
terrorists.
bro.
He knows my point. He knows where I stand on that.
Yeah, St.
sometimes you
James,
do your
bro.
best, right? You do your best and I listen to you, right?
Thank you.
But these
Yeah.
guys, they're not genuine. genuine when they come here. They have an
You
agenda.
just
They're
trying
gonna
to do
lie,
the
say,
same 50-50 in Burkina
that's
Faso,
why
and that's a lie.
that's why I can't take his word for you know,
No,
he
I'm
lies,
struggling
he
to
make up
understand him
stuff,
most times.
Nobody was
you know.
He doesn't. He don't
All
have a
right,
good
guys.
character.
I want to.
1 minute
I
is
want to
like
ask a
this. Next
question. I
minute
want
is
to
like,
say something,
yeah, go
please.
on, CD. Yeah,
All
go
right.
on,
So
CD.
my point is, every country that dealing with Ghana, you have to be very, very careful. Ghana. You never know the true color of Ghana. Ghana is almost like the way
Yeah,
France is. Ghana is the France of West Africa.
chameleons. Hmm. The
They want to
chameleons.
certify everybody. They want to be on the both sides. You
You
remember the
know they
lady
do
that
better
just
now
came out
too.
and
Like
said that Burkina
They
Faso and
did
Ghana
take
is working at
Liberian
the
when you
same
guys
time.
had
Oh
your
man, I
problems. They
can't. I
did take
can't
you in,
hear the
right?
guy. Man, I can't. Man, let him talk. Goodness. Go ahead.
So at the same time, she said, Burkina Faso and Ghana is working at the same time. Ghana is working with with the West. I've not heard anything like that in my life. They're working on the other hand with NATO. At the same time, they said they're working with the Burkina Faso. Every country that deal with Ghana, you have to be very, very careful. They present themselves to be Pan-African country, but which of course is not. When Ghana was going through crisis during rolling time, Ghana was spread all over in West Africa.
Hey, somebody like
specifically.
eating or smacking their lips. Like, can you stop whoever's doing
That's
that?
St. James. Eating bushmeat.
No, I'm muted. That's Elvis.
Go ahead.
Especially, there were a lot of Ghanaians that in all over in the Ivory Coast, Liberia, all over the place. But now, when they start having some, because all the Ghanaians flee during rolling time, they went through hell, and now their president wearing this African clothes, showing himself as Pan-African leader, which of course he's not. When Trump was deporting West African, what he did, he accepted all these people. He said, well, Ghana is a Pan-African country. We accept him because these people are our citizens. And when the people got there, he stopped them until they ran out. Gambians, Nigerian, they all left. Ghana, you have to
Nigerians are
be,
still there. What are you talking about?
they deported, what they were deported in Ghana. And
You're
he
still
accepted
after them. You're trying to fight them and kick them out. You're after the Igbo people in Ghana. Stop lying in front of people. We all know what you do, bro.
So
Come on,
Ghana
shut
is
up.
always like that.
There's
When
an
they
Igbo king in Ghana right now.
even they make a white man a
When
chief in
you trying to
Ghana.
get rid of a tribe. I see it on the internet every day, bro. You're the most xenophobic country in West Africa. Just be quiet, bro. Please.
So they even have a white
You
chief
guys are
in Ghana
lying.
right
Please.
now. They make a white man a chief in Ghana. So when the Nigerian had an Igbo chief, Ghanaians were fighting over, oh, we don't want to have an Igbo chief. And now they have a white man who is a chief in Ghana. Ghana
Chief
is
of what?
now
Chief
West.
of what? Chief of what?
A chief of a village. Just check it
Chief of
out.
your
Check it.
chiefs.
Chief of what? What is
He's
he?
above your chiefs.
Whatever chief you guys
Slave
have over
sellers.
there.
See, that's the whole thing.
Slave
See, people
catchers.
just speak without
So
knowing
the
nothing.
only Pan-African person that was in Ghana maybe was Kwame Nkrumah. That's why he took Guinea, and that's why he named his children after Sekou Touré. Why he did not name that after Ghanaian.
They have a
Even
Ghanaian
when
accent, no?
Let's see this big
Kofi
man.
Annan became the Secretary General, what the help that he gave to Africa? Nah, he was the most corrupt Secretary General ever. He gave a lot of contract to his kid during that Iraq war. He exploited United Nations. He became the worst, UN Secretary General ever. So when you're dealing with Ghanaians, you have to be very, very careful. They are not
They're snakes,
Pan-African.
bro.
We're
They're
the
chameleons. I blame our ancestors. My mom is Manding. I blame Sekou Touré, my great uncle.
Where is Lewis when we need him, man? We won't take any Ghana slander, man.
Guys.
I kind of agree with you, CD, but still, Ghana is a stable country. They're a sophisticated country. Let's give them props for
It
that.
is stable. Don't get me wrong.
You're out of
But
line today,
yes,
bro.
they
Go on,
have to be
CD.
careful with Ghana. They have to be very, very careful with Ghana. They are not Pan-African country. I'm telling you right
Real
now.
image. Most of the time I'm with you, bro. But today you're out of line, bro. Seriously. Elvis, you need to stop this Muslim Christian talk, bro. It's very low.
No, listen to what I'm saying. I didn't attack Muslims. I'm just saying the people who are doing the terrorism in the region are Muslims. But every time you say that these people are not the real problem, it's the West, they're funding them out. And I'm trying to tell you that nobody forced anybody to go and kill somebody if it's not their will.
That's my point. That's my point to make. That's the point I made at the beginning. I said we cannot blame the white man or the West, for us.
Okay, then we agree on that point. So that's it.
Yes, thank you. Okay, let's move on, please. But anyway, all I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say is, right, we as Africans, we have no chance, blaming African American brothers and say, oh, then they have no right coming to America, or this and that, bashing them left, right, and center, and good, because we are not good for anywhere we go. We're like cancer, bro. Africans are just.
Are you a cancer in the UK right now?
Listen. Are you listening to me? Listen,
Royal Image is a account. He's an account man.
Royal Image is account. It's my people, man. Remember the account people are close to us. I'm not gonna. But anyway,
you see, when you guys talk about Ghana, I tend to be quiet. There is nobody on this panel who know Ghana more than Burkina Faso. Nobody.
You see, like Akan people, You see the Akan people, them. You see, out of all the groups in Ghana, is the Akan people. I'm down with them, bro. I'm down. If I down with their account, they're good brothers. They're brilliant brothers. I don't doubt about
Ghanaians
that.
are useful people in our country.
Right.
They
The
are
current
smart.
I
They
president,
are
agree.
educated people. They are
the current
bureaucrats.
president come from Kwame Nkrumah's party. The
They add
current
something
president.
to us in West Africa. So I never hit on Ghana.
Hates Ghana so much. Why? Why come everywhere that come, most people?
No. Royal
brother.
Image. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
In this very panel, I'm Burkinabe. You know our history go way back. With the Zongo community and our people. There are certain conversations I don't want to have here because I know how deep it's going to go. I don't want to go there. You see what I'm saying? I'm letting other people speak and I'm listening because I know where we should go that far.
Right.
But at the same time, when we want to be a little critic, because most of the time when we
have
talk
to
about
accept it.
AES, most of the time when we talk about AES, there are a lot of Ghanaian brothers that come in, they throw the first rock. I'm telling you, in this very panel, they come on here, they don't like anything that AES is doing, and they spew nonsense. You know, so now don't sit here and tell us that Ghanaians are peaceful and they don't know everybody's attacking them. No, everybody's peaceful. Everybody's
St.
peaceful.
James, that's
When
only
it
one
comes
thing I
to
want to say
critics,
about St. James. In all
no,
fairness,
that's
that's only
fine.
one thing I want to say to you, my bro. There's only one thing I want to say to you, bro.
Yeah.
Sometimes just accept critics from other people because
I
you
do.
can learn okay.
Most of the people, when I take the criticism, most of the people that do that, they have double standards. My role here, I bring the double standards.
I
When
said
you
that.
talk about, like Russia, right? And Russia doesn't side with terrorism, and you got these European nations siding with terrorism, right? You're not going to sit on here and tell me that your nation is fighting terrorism while you have them as your partners. That don't go together. But people do that here. That's what I say. I'm bringing the double standards. You know what I'm saying? You can say you hate Russia, but Russia at least, right? Russia's not going to side with no terrorism and be a partner to AES. At least for that, we're not going to agree with it, right? So those are the double standard. When I talk about it, people get emotional. When I talk about Blaise Compaoré, Elvis jumped on my throat. I never said I like the guy. He's a dictator. He killed the best president ever Burkina ever had. He run away. We kick him out. He should praise us for that. He should praise us for helping them, bringing. We got them to Ivory Coast, right? They live next to Ivory Coast. Now we weaken the guy for them. If Liberia want to get him, they can go get him because we weaken them for them, right? But if he's not going to do that, he's going to keep coming on here telling us
He's not on our radar. We don't even look at him like
we're having a
war criminal.
conversation. We did our part, right? But he's going to come on here since AES is the most talked about, one of the most talked about topic. What Elvis and them doing, they want to paint a bad image on the AES based on the past. So to let people know that these people are not trustworthy. That's what they do.
Right.
So the criticism is okay, but the agenda that some of these people have is what causes the problem for me. It's not a critic.
Is Burkina peaceful?
It's not peaceful. Burkina is not peaceful.
Burkina is not peaceful, or nor is it stable. But when we hear you talk, St. James, you would make us believe that Burkina Faso is heaven on earth.
No, my brother, listen.
It has a lot of problems. It's dealing with terrorism. You have a dictator in charge of the country. It's not something that any West African will be proud of.
Al, do you listen? When the brother from Ghana asked me a question, right? You see what Elvis is doing? He has a deeply hatred towards the people in there. So he can't help it. Every time
that, but it's not true.
The question was directed at me. My brother, you live in Ghana. That's why every Ghanaian, when they come here, Rokoya was here, asked them a question. We share a border. Every time I want to check the temperature between the two, I ask my Ghanaian brother, how do you guys feel? Because I want to see the work of our people. How are we securing the border on our side?
Burkina Faso getting killed in Ghana?
Oh my God.
The Burkina Faso are not being killed in Ghana, but when Ghana go into your country, they're being killed on buses. The women are being killed. That's what the brother was telling you. Listen to what he's saying.
Elvis. Let the man finish speaking, then you can comment.
All right, let him finish. I'll listen to him.
Yeah, my point here.
He has a lot to say.
Yeah, I have a lot to say. The point here is that Ghana has been a peaceful and a friendly country to Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso has been an unstable country. You had uprising, you had dictators, you had people who sponsor wars in our region from Burkina Faso. Now you have a military ruler who's fighting with terrorism. And when Ghanaians leave to go across the border, when St. James tell us that the country is safe and 60% of the country is under control,
No,
and
he
you
said it's
leave
not
across
safe.
from Ghana and go buy tomatoes, and people are being killed, it's happened multiple times. Ghanaians are rightfully worried about their
It hasn't
security.
happened multiple
So when
times.
they
It didn't
take
happen multiple
actions,
times.
hold on, when they take actions to make sure that people are protected, we should applaud them for it. That's what sovereign countries do. That's the fiduciary responsibility of any responsible government to protect its people. So kudos to Ghana
Yeah,
for
I
doing
agree
it.
with that.
It's nothing wrong with that.
I agree with Ghana
Okay?
for doing for protecting its citizens.
Let me ask you, Elvis, did you write it down before you said? Did you write it down? Because you had a lot up your chest. Did you write other things down?
I mean, I've said what I said, bro.
Oh yeah. Okay.
My brain
Let me
is
respond.
working at a high level.
Let me respond to you first of all, you say you don't know a lot, right? My Ghanaian brother. The only time the Ghanaian traders got killed, there was only one time. If you have another instance that happened, let me know. For me, it's only one time it happened. And the place they went, anybody in Burkina Faso died, no, that place is a no. Even when I heard that, they went to that area, I was like, hell no. I accept responsibility. But I'm like, nah, these people, they should have
What's
known
over
this
there?
place
What's over
is
there that they
Tita.
can't go there?
This is not a safe place.
What's there?
It's not a safe. It's not a safe place. It's been known for the Burkinabe that is not a safe place. So if our military let them go there, I will take that blame. But when I got the news, I was like, nah, these people should have known. But what I'm telling you is, right, bro, what this brother from Liberia is saying, right? You can go 1970, 1980. There were a country that was not stable. His country was part of it. They did a lot of damage to themselves in their own countries. We are not talking about it.
Yeah, Liberia
Now
did.
it is our term,
Liberia
right?
destroyed Sierra
Right.
Leone also. Remember
They
that?
destroyed
You
Sierra
came to
Leone. They
Sierra Leone
did
and
it.
destroy our country.
Right.
So I'm not
You see,
saying
the
it
blame.
bashing
You
you
see,
for calling me
when you
terrorist
point fingers,
or Christian terrorist, right?
Al, he's trying to score point. I'm not on here trying to score point. That's not what I do. My brothers, the major cities in Burkina Faso are very safe. There is no terrorist attack in those major cities. Nothing. Zero. When we talk about the Sahel, you gotta know there are specific places that are labeled as stables. You see what I'm saying? You a Ghanaian, if you leave Accra and you traveling to Ouagadougou, Boboju, Lasso, Bamfora, all these major cities, there is nothing, zero. It's been that way for decades. The only terrorist attack that happened in the capital happened in 2015. It was back, 11 years ago. This was the first time we knew that we were being attacked and we secured the cities. So, like in Africa, we have villages. Some villages don't even have police officers like us. They don't even have police stations. They don't even have
This
military.
is the problem you have in
That's the
Africa.
problem.
Because you have
This is
But see,
a
this is the
lot of
part I don't
ungovernable
understand about
spaces.
Ghana.
Okay.
The thing about Ghana is,
Hey guys,
I think the
can I say
reason why
something?
Ghana is getting
Can
along
I
with
get?
Yeah,
Burkina
let's see
because
the finish. You can come in, Bang. Let's see the finish. Go on,
the reason why they're getting along with
But,
Burkina is because Ghana is benefiting more from Burkina than Ghana. Let us see the other way
No,
around.
there's Burkina people that's in Ghana too.
If Ghana was if Burkina was depending wholly on Ghana, Ghana would not be friendly with Burkina like that. But for the fact that all they eat over there is jollof rice, they love tomato and onion, and Burkina
the
supply
jollof
them
rice
all
is
these two
looking. It's
things.
not red as we
That's
speak right now.
why.
They
Jollof
still do
rice
it
is
better
looking
than
funny
you.
in Ghana right now. It's
Yeah,
looking
that's
funny. It's
why.
not looking the way it looks before. We
Yeah,
just
that's
lifted the
why.
ban, my Ghanaian brother. We just lifted the ban again for
I
you
know
guys
that.
to get the
Yeah,
tomatoes.
that's why
So
they
we
are
good.
friendly with
But
Burkina.
you
But
need
if
them to
Burkina
Ghana
was
people
depending
just
on them
change your
getting
diet,
tomato,
man.
then they will not
Eat
be
more
friendly with Burkina.
dogun. Eat other food, man. Eat panayama. Eat something else, man.
and
Leave these guys with their
also,
tomatoes.
I love my Akan brothers. I love the Akan people. Honestly, they're one of my favorite. But go on,
Yeah,
Bang. You were
they
saying
depend
something.
on Burkina. They know
No,
they're
no.
benefiting from
Let
Burkina
City
Faso.
finish.
The country is
Okay.
stable. They can't plant tomato. They can't plant onion. They have to get all of these from Burkina Faso, and that's why they are friendly with Burkina. Suppose if Burkina will get
Right.
the
What
onion,
nonsense are you
tomato
talking
from
about?
Burkina,
Burkina benefit from the ports of Ghana,
they will
CD.
Let
Let's
City
not
finish.
let's
Let
not
go.
underplay
no,
that shit.
the
Every country
harvest.
does import
Burkina is not only
foods.
depending on Ghana. They getting stuff from Ivory Coast, from Burkina, from Togo, a lot of
Every
different
country
places.
imports foods.
But
You guys are
only
making it seem like Ghana is the only
reality
one
is
importing.
Ghana is benefiting more from Burkina Faso
My
Yes,
in
royal
terms
Burkina
of
is
image,
in
buying
terms
like
of
your
Right.
agriculture
royal
product.
image. Yeah, you
Thanks.
import food, but you heavily depend on the tomatoes. Just give us that, please.
No,
You have
no.
it.
Yeah, we had,
If
we,
okay,
yeah,
let,
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 let's
let
be
me
Ghana,
honest
you
speak.
need
on
to
that.
win
Let me
yourself of
speak.
that jollof rice, man. Stop eating jollof
Because
Okay,
you know
rice.
what,
so
you know what,
let me
the
make sure
Sahel,
I get points. Hold on.
Eat what you
This
grow.
is
year,
still
hold
the
on.
fertile
This
land.
year
The
in
Sahel is still the fertile land
2026,
of
hold on,
West
hold on, hold on.
Africa.
Yo, it's been a while. I
Yeah,
can say
yeah.
for a minute. Let me interject 2 quick points. This year, Ghana in 2026 is running a new scam. For all y'all talk about that foundational Black Americans
Yes.
and other U.S. descendants have no power.
China hate on
This
this
the
channel.
newest scam that
They
Ghana
Afro,
got
hypocrite.
going. Hold
Passport,
on,
Bro,
bro.
hold on,
Passport King,
who
man.
let
hold on.
this
They
Caribbean
will.
cosplay as an FBA in, man? Where you
No,
come
leave him
from, man?
alone. You have his full right
Yo,
to
let
speak,
it
Ghana
speak,
in
man.
Elvis.
Let it
So,
speak. Let it speak. Let it speak,
check this.
man.
No, you
Go
No,
ahead,
see,
no,
man.
y'all
but
not
let the
letting
guy
me
speak.
finish.
He's saying the truth.
Ghana
Let him
in
speak,
Nah,
man.
nah,
Come
man.
yeah.
on, let him
Passport, bro.
Yo,
Go
speak.
ahead, go
And
ahead, go
to
ahead, go
that,
ahead, go
and
ahead.
Johnny says
Passport
that I'm a
King,
scam. They have a scam.
Passport
listen,
King,
Ghana,
you have the
Man,
mic.
Elvis,
You have
man,
the
let
listen,
him
mic.
speak, man. Let him
Ghana
speak.
in
James,
Let him speak, man.
all
how
of a
much do you
sudden
guys
wants to
get
have a
from Ghana from the
Juneteenth
tomatoes alone?
celebration. What the hell does Juneteenth got to do with Ghana?
Bumbo Clod. Shut up, you Jamaican.
No,
You're
Yo,
Jamaican. You're
Jamaican.
not
can I
FBA,
come in,
man.
Is that what
Dynas?
you fantasize about when you pleasure yourself? That I'm a Jamaican? Is
You're
that what you
Jamaican, bro. We hear
fantasize?
your accent,
You
man.
know
Stop
what?
trying to
Dynas.
Keep
cosplay.
your little,
No, it's
Bumbo
not. You're not
Clod.
Jamaican.
Rasta.
Listen,
You're
We
Jamaican.
listen,
get
you got
you.
the
We
right to
get
speak.
you.
Elvis.
Hey,
So,
guys.
hold on.
Saint James,
Why
the
is Ghana
tomato trade
all of a
between
sudden
Ghana and
having a
Burkina.
Juneteenth
How
celebration?
much is it worth?
See
What
why
does
this
that got
dude
to
talk
do
like
with
he's counting
Ghana?
his words, trying to whisper.
Hold on.
He's trying not to show his accent, but we hear it still, bro.
No,
You
Hello.
know
Okay,
what
yo, let me,
Ghana
hold on,
Elvis,
trying
hold
to.
on.
Elvis,
What
come on,
does
man.
Juneteenth
Let me
have
say
to do
something.
with
Let me say
It's
Ghana?
a
something real quick,
cosplayer,
man.
man.
What?
Okay,
Now,
bang
and
on.
listen,
After,
speak.
after,
Now, y'all
after.
claim to have some high
Um,
Yeah,
IQs.
yeah, bang
Use your
on.
high
Yeah.
IQs to explain
hold
what
on,
does
hold on.
Juneteenth
Passport, bro,
have to do with
is
Ghana.
still speaking, man. He's funny. Passport, bro is funny,
Yeah,
man.
I like
Yeah,
Passport King.
he
That is
funny.
funny. I ain't gonna lie.
Is that nothing? Okay. All right. So say
Hey,
that
hey,
what
hey, hey.
Ghana
Royal
has
Image is
signed.
getting his
Hold
Yo,
on.
this
feelings,
got
man.
to
No,
end
no, no,
with
no, no. This is
F
not
B
Hey,
Elvis,
A.
no.
I would choose,
Hold on.
I would choose
The
FBA over you every day, bro.
wait, hold on.
Elvis, I would choose the
Hold
FBA
on.
over you, bro.
Hey, St. James.
All
Yeah, go
right,
on,
man.
Passport King.
Y'all
No,
ever
no
heard of
Jolly Rice for you at the Librarian selling board.
say
Didn't
that
know
again?
that.
English?
Average Ghanaians, they love jollof rice. All their jollof rice is
Never
just
heard of
tomato, bunch of tomato. If you
Y'all
want to
never
eat
Elvis,
heard of
jollof
it?
Are
rice,
you
you
serious?
give the guy
Hey,
his
hey,
jollof
City,
rice.
It's got
man,
tomato.
City.
No,
Are you
no
saying
fufu for
Ghana?
you, CD. Africa. No fufu for your girl, the border for
Hold on.
Sierra
uh,
Leone. Just know
Are
that.
you saying are you
I love
saying
your pollo,
Ghana's
you know. If your
man
pollo
Ghanaian
is my
can't cook?
favorite, you
Take
know.
that in
Like
insults.
brown pollo,
Ghanese y'all
man.
can't
Like
cook,
brown
man.
palm
Take
wine.
that garlic
Like
insult.
What's
brown
that,
palm wine
Ben?
is
Ghanese
the
man,
best,
y'all can't
man.
cook.
All of you
Let's
guys
listen to
can't
the
cook.
fake
Listen,
FBA
y'all want to talk about
talking
wait,
secret. Why are you trying to hide his accent? Let him speak.
hold on.
Nah, man,
All you guys
Liberians
can
could cook,
punch
man.
beneath
Liberians
Ghana.
could cook.
All you guys.
The history
Hello,
y'all
yo,
want to
Yeah, they can
yo.
talk
cook, bro.
about.
Like
Thank you.
brown
What
food
they
is good,
call
man.
Yo, let me
Phenom
Yeah,
interject.
they do
Juneteenth for the
Africa.
Africans.
Hello,
Man,
yes.
That's one nice thing Ben said about
See,
Liberian. Thank
y'all
you,
want to talk about
Ben.
Kofi
Thank you,
Annan.
Ben.
Kofi
Thank
And
you.
the Fula got some delicious cow, Ben.
Annan
There you go. I gave you a compliment too.
Yo, this is for the Black Americans
Passport
and the
bro, man.
FBAs, yeah.
That's
Passport bro, man.
But
Come
but
on,
the
man. Make us
but
laugh.
at
Make
the
us laugh,
county in
man. Passport
Liberia
bro.
in Lofa County and Nimba County are big, you know, Elvis. I seen some big cows in
Man,
Liberia
Passport bro is
in
funny,
Lofa
man.
County.
Man.
Yeah,
Passport
the
bro.
Did
Yo,
Mandinga
they,
people when they do their cow, they don't cheat us, man. The Fula people who
this
can't
why you
trust them, man. They
see.
be starving those cows,
This
selling
why
them to us for $1,000, man.
this why
Man,
tell you
Passport bro,
hey,
man.
hey, Bengo,
Passport
bang,
bro.
bang.
and you feed that animal
You know Elvis tribe. Elvis tribe. You
U.S.
know his
yo,
tribe.
this a
celebration.
message
You
for the
bring
He's
out
from,
the
he's,
tribal
FBAs
he's
and the
from the
Black
Crown tribe.
Americans.
Crown.
Listen to this tribalist
Yeah,
guy.
from Ivory Coast.
No, my man,
Senegal
Royal
is
Image. There is
tribalism
no,
there.
there is no, that what I, all everything that I said
There's
about Ghana,
French
right?
people in
That
there
won't
making
take
food
away.
there.
That won't take away what Ghana has done for Burkina Faso. I don't want to think any like anything in that nature. When I talk about the tomato, I'm not saying Ghana cannot grow their own tomatoes. I'm going through facts.
How much
I'm
do
not
Ghana
saying
get from African
Ghana
countries?
can turn their back on Burkina Faso and grow their own tomatoes and even do it better than Burkina Faso. That's
But let
not.
me tell you,
But
see,
the
Jimmy,
reality, we are
What's the
not there
numbers?
right
What's the
now.
numbers
We are.
for Burkina
Jim,
Faso?
do you
What
know who
happened?
planting tomato for Ghana right now? There's
Who's
this
doing that,
African American guy, he retired. He's the
bro?
one planting a huge tomato farm in Ghana right now. He realized Ghana could not plant their own tomato. So he
Mm.
planted a tomato farm. He's 65 years old,
Hey,
African
City, where
Oh
you
American.
wow.
from? City, where you
Could you
from?
Is
imagine?
that Professor Cabon or whatever his name
No,
is?
no, no, no,
But
no.
why do you think that is? See, why can't Ghana plant their own tomatoes? They got a lot of smart people,
Yeah,
food
but
agriculturalists.
that's
Why
what
can't they
I'm
plant their own
telling you.
food?
Where's City from?
Is it the terrain? Is it not
Kid is
arable for tomatoes?
Mandingo from Liberia.
I
It's
don't
like Mandingo
understand,
from
but the
Kid is
Where's
reality,
City
Mandingo
when
from
it
from?
comes down
Liberia.
to
Sorry, I
farming,
didn't
I
think.
would give that credit to Burkina Faso.
No,
They are
because
really
yeah,
good
Burkina
farmers.
Faso are excellent farmers. They just
Yeah.
know how to grow tomatoes or the better tomatoes. What is the problem
It's
there? I don't
cheaper
get
in
it.
Burkina
That's the
Faso.
You know, the
problem.
problem
That's
is
why
Why?
this
people.
African
Oh, so
American
they
that was
sell it. They
asked
sell
why
it
they
cheaper
came
in
crazy.
Burkina Faso.
See
In
the
Ghana, it's
Yes,
more
they make
of
our
No, no,
money.
no,
see
no,
the
no,
a
no,
high
Elvis,
demand.
no, Elvis.
majority
This
of
is what I think,
majority
right?
of the
Don't
coastal
don't
people rely
forget
on the
don't
Sahel for
forget
food.
don't forget don't forget some of our family member live in
Mm.
Ghana and they came themselves to Burkina Faso and get the tomatoes back to Ghana. Some of our family members do that too.
But
So it's
Right,
not
right.
only
So what is
Ghanaians.
it,
They are,
St.
you
James?
know,
based
Is it
The
the
Sahel
tomatoes
is
in
the
Burkina
Sahel.
Faso is
The
better than the ones
Sahel.
in Ghana?
no,
it
based on
depends.
Elvis,
The
you know
seller has to say
Elvis.
I'm sorry, the buyer has to say that because I don't know what's special about the tomatoes they love.
based. Listen, why we
No,
eat
Yo,
tomato?
because
No, but the
off
thing is,
off topic,
their jollof rice is all
Diners.
tomato and onion.
Royal Onion is saying that it's because it's cheaper, so people go there to buy it because the price is more.
Okay, look, Ghana
yeah, but
imports
you
more
see, the
from
Sahel
Hold
is
on,
a
hold
very
other
on.
places.
fertile land.
Let
It's
Royal
easy
Emmett
to grow
speak,
food.
please. He's kind of low, but let him
Yeah,
speak.
bang,
Royal Emmett, go ahead.
bang, go on. No,
Yeah,
let Bang finish because
no,
let me
yeah,
speak.
yeah. Let me say
Yes,
something.
good. Yeah, bang
Um,
on.
um, Passport Bro, I need a favor from you, right? I need you to go to Ghana and teach Ghanaians, man, how to grow their own tomatoes, man. Please, man. Yeah, please, Passport Bro. They're gonna give you like 50 females,
Hey,
man.
so listen.
The
Yo,
females gonna be
Listen,
the females
listen.
gonna be
It's
like
that.
all over you, massaging you with
Hey,
shea
no, hey,
butter
hold on.
and
Listen,
stuff
check
like
this
that,
out, right?
man.
Hey, check this
Yeah.
out. Burkina
Yes,
Faso.
yes, Bishop.
Well,
Check
first you
this
got
out.
to learn how to properly speak like
Well,
an
Hey,
African
yo,
Elvis,
American.
let
hold on
Bishop
for a second,
speak.
y'all.
Let
Hold on,
Bishop
check
come
this
on.
out.
Yeah, go
I'm
on,
gonna answer
Bishop.
that.
Hmm.
Hey, hold on, Africa. Let me answer this question for y'all. It says
Okay.
Burkina Faso produces more tomatoes than it consumes because its climate and infrastructure. 111 plus large dams allow extensive dry farming season, making it a primarily supplier for neighbors like Ghana. Recently, the country shifted from exporting raw tomatoes to processing them domestically to build local
Oh,
industrial capacity. So they got the
yeah, that's
dams
good.
that dry farming season. Yeah, so it's different. The land is different.
And
Right.
again, it's
Yeah,
cheaper.
And
that's
also,
probably
and
what it
also
is.
the land in the Sahel. People think the Sahel is just a dust. Most of our food in the Sahel is one of the most fertile land to grow food.
Why you guys
It's
ignoring the
easy for
fact that it's
agriculture.
cheaper to buy from Burkina?
No, but,
Why you
but
guys
it's
ignoring
just
that fact?
Because
no, but
it's
that's
cheaper
it.
to buy because
Because
they
it's
produce
easier.
more.
It's
They
They
produce
produce a
more.
lot of it. They
Yeah,
produce a
and
lot of it,
they
Royal.
just have better farming science than other Africans, which is good. That's a prop to
And also,
Burkina
they
Faso.
have the
They're
fertile
they're
land.
good
They have the
farmers.
fertile land for it. The land is fertile for it. The Sahel
see
is a
Yeah.
very
the rice
fertile
we
land
grow
for
in
food.
Ghana is even more
It's not
expensive
just
than
a
the
dust.
imported rice. So everybody depend on
Uh,
import. You guys
you know
are
what?
making
Anyway,
it
Let's
off
not
difficult
fight
topic,
for
over
us.
guys.
whose
Off
country is
topic.
best.
Yeah,
We all are good. We're all good at something.
you're
Yeah, we're all good
listening.
at something.
Right.
Yeah, well, a lot
Right.
of talents. But
Yo, you're
where's
Right.
Lewis,
listening.
man? Where's Lewis when we need him?
If you look at it, maybe we get
No,
we
no,
get a we get
Elvis, man. No Lewis, man. No
Yo,
Lewis. No Lewis, man. Do not
we
get
no
Lewis up here.
we get a lot of maybe we get a lot of cocoa from Ghana. We don't know. I never checked, but that's
Ghana is
possible. We
second
No,
get
they
producer
do.
cocoa.
of cocoa in the world.
Ghana and
Ivory
Ivory
Coast
Coast
is
are the
number one.
biggest in there.
No, the
Do you get
Burkina
a lot
Faso
of
don't get shit
professors and teachers from
Let me
Ghana that
tell
comes
you,
over to Burkina Faso and teach?
Burkina don't get anything from
Because of the
Africa
Anglophone system, we
from
don't
Ghana.
have because of the Anglophone system,
Okay.
we don't have a lot of teachers.
So
Yeah,
you
Okay.
but
guys gonna
Burkina
give up
Faso, we go
French?
back in the day.
Are you
Uh-huh.
guys gonna stop speaking French, or you guys gonna keep French?
What do you mean?
Are you guys gonna
Since
keep
you're
the
cutting
French?
ties with the French, are you
French,
going to keep
French
their
is no
language?
longer the official language in Burkina Faso. You know that, right?
Yeah, they
I'm
just
saying, are you
announced
guys
it.
gonna
Yeah,
stop
that's a
speaking
But
fact.
French?
what do most people speak?
You speak
Indigenous
whatever
language?
you want. Your language, if you're good at your speaking only your language, you're
I
good. You
got a
can go to
question.
any office and you can speak that.
Hey,
You
So
don't
in
have to
your
speak
parliament,
French.
what are you guys writing? In
hey,
parliament,
ST.
what
Hey,
language?
my,
We
my,
write in French. Same in Ghana, you write in English.
Yeah, but
hey,
we
my,
don't
my
say we
brother
don't
from
want nothing
Burkina
to do with
Faso.
English.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Is this the same thing that basically Thomas Sankara was doing before he was murdered?
The brother's doing way
Yes.
greater than Sankara, man.
The
Sankara
reason
didn't get to implement
he
everything,
didn't get
but
a
this
chance
guy is
to.
on track. Huh?
He didn't get a chance to because he
Yes.
basically shut down the country and said we got to create our own things too domestically. And I remember he instituted instituted that rule
Mhm.
that the men wasn't allowed to hit their women no more. They was mad at
Oh
women.
no, we don't
No,
do
that was a
we
law,
don't. No, we don't do it. We don't.
bro. That was a law, though.
I know. I get you. No, I'm agreeing with you. Like no,
Yeah, that
yeah.
was a law. But I'm gonna tell you, he got it. What happened was he when I read the story about him, you know, he was saying like we got to produce our own stuff, but a lot of the leadership still wanted to drive in the Benzes. They still wanted the Western shit, and he was trying
Right.
to tell
He
them,
set the
yeah,
he set the
yeah,
To
foundation,
add,
didn't he?
yeah,
to add to what you are saying, right? We are in the Sahel, and all the coastal land like Ghana, Ivory Coast, they never fed us in
right,
terms of food. They never fed us. We have the least arable land in the Sahel, but we managed to feed ourselves. This has always been our policy. You know what I'm saying? We have the farmers, we have the know-how, we have the
Burkina is
human
not eating that
capacity.
good. Burkina don't eat that good, don't lie.
Bro, I don't know. I mean, maybe that's
There's
your
a lot of
taste.
hungry
That's your
people.
personal taste. I don't know.
The
I'm
What do
not
you
gonna
say,
go there.
Olivier? What do you say, Roy Image?
You said we don't eat that good. I don't know what you mean by that. But
There's a lot of
but
the only
we
thing.
don't listen. We don't import from the coastal lands.
This dude is
No,
funny.
no, we don't import. If you look at it
He's coming for you
historically, we
today,
don't
man.
import from the coastal
He's coming for you
lands. We
today.
don't. No, I mean,
Coming
come
for
on,
you today,
man.
man.
Come on. These are cheap shot, man. Can you up your
It's not a
shots,
cheap
man?
shot. Come on, man. You guys know the truth. You guys know what it is.
Can you up your chat? The only food I like in Ghana is wache.
It
That's
has
it.
to do about liking. Exactly.
Yo,
What?
why do
Anyway,
you like
guys, let me
fantasize
just come
about
in. Then I'm out. Yeah.
What's up with that?
In all fairness,
so-
Ghana have a very strong diaspora. That's one thing you can't take away from them. Their diaspora.
Have
Ghana
you
and
seen the
Senegal.
Ghanaian and the
Hey,
Sahelians?
guys, I got to read these super chats. Then we got to close out. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Here we go. Flavors of the continent 7195. Thank you for Holla. When it comes to religious tolerance, Ghana is definitely number one. Christians and Muslims do live together and marry each other, and this is facts. I gotta say, Sierra Leone.
Facts.
Hex GP.
Thank you,
Holla.
Dinus.
Happy to the real Christians. Dinus have only Southeast Africans only, so we can see the difference in how they talk about the regions. Flavors of the continent 7195. Thank you for Holla. Ghana still provides Burkina Faso electricity and has given them a whole section of their seaport. These people are ungrateful.
That's a lie. Please
No,
lie.
we are grateful. We are grateful for that. Come on.
It's your own Black America celebrating that. Hypocrisy finder $1.99 holla. Ghanaians don't even know what Juneteenth is. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, family.
Peace.
Dynasty, search for real peace.
Thank you.